All right, everybody. We should be live. Hello. This is Taken L's. This is our weekly roast where all are welcome. We are over on the Barbecue Pit voice channel on the Detractor Beam Discord. I've already got a pretty deep bench in the voice chat here. We've got Lefty. Lefty's here. Hello.
What's going on?
We've got Meerkat here. Hello, Meerkat.
Hello, fellow American.
Hello, fellow American. European-style American, Meerkat. We have got the Decepticon here. Hello, Decepticon.
Yes, I'm alive.
Hello. And we have got Lord Thunder here as well. Hello, Lord Thunder. How are you?
What's going on, everybody?
And we've got El Shoshone in the chat. How are you today, Shoshone?
Very well. Big ups to the chat, the MVP of the show.
Really happy to have all of you fine folks in the voice chat already. If anybody out there wants to get in on the conversation, you can do so by joining the Detractor Beam Discord and heading on over to the Barbecue Pit channel. That's where we're going to be. What we were going to do initially is we were going to watch Project 7 tonight. That was the original plan, but I audibled at the last second because the tournament is not a thing, at least not yet. So we are going to talk about the DSP Money Pit. So what I want to do is I want to watch his face reveal. We'll start with that because that's the first prominent mention of money, and then we're going to hit Pig Pig Go, and we're going to just see where that lands us. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share the I'm going to share my screen with the fine folks in the Discord chat, and away we go.
An adventure, like
yeah.
World is taken, you know.
So so I want to go for about 2-ish hours today. So not as long as usual. I've got stuff with my lady friend tonight, so want to end at a relatively reasonable time. But we're gonna watch the face reveal, and we're just gonna get into talking about how DSP talks about money because it's really weird. So I'm gonna kill the background music actually because we're watching a video, and then
a pretty plump DSP at this point.
Pretty plump, very school shooter type haircut. Makes me a little uncomfortable. Notice how he wore this shirt like last week. Let that sink in. He wore this exact shirt. This Chicago 2009 shirt last week. So he's
special events.
He's heftier, but he looks like there's actual color in his face.
He's heavier, but he looks healthier, which
younger too.
Which if you're on Team Health, that bodes well for you. I know Meerkat, I believe you are on Team Health, correct?
Oh hell yeah! I'm a proud representative of Team Health. Let's go.
Let's go, Team Health. Proud European representative of Team Health. So let's watch him call us the F word, the gay F word, and look at his face because this is that video too. So let's fucking go.
DSP
I was sticks.
But you're probably shocked that we're finally meeting face to face. Although you
shocking
kind of look like my camera, which is a little odd. But anyway, just kind of wanted to throw this out there. I know that
even he knew the joke didn't land. I love that.
What does DSP look like? Why does he not show his face? Well, first of all,
nice autofocus.
So you know.
Whoa!
Oh god!
Whoa.
Immediately.
So what if I am?
YouTube, I didn't, think that it was gonna blow up like
fucking gamer words, man.
I was gonna have 18,000 subscribers and.
The internet was different back then. You could say things like that.
It was a fun thing to do. I knew Street
Wild,
Fighter 4
Wild
was
West.
coming out. I actually was one of the first people in the country to play Street Fighter 4 because they got it at
Flex.
Game Action, which is an arcade that used to be in Rhode Island.
Can I just point out his
Unfortunately, closed
posture?
down now.
It's so
And,
slouchy.
I just kind of wanted to.
He's
no
not,
wonder his back is fucked.
So let's go back. He's not even sitting. Actually, if you look, he's laying down.
Show, yep.
He's actually laying down.
Wait, what?
It's like being in a hospital bed, but you're like leaning up a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Oh my
I didn't
God.
notice that until you said it, Decepticon. But he's not sitting. He's laying down at a very kind of acute angle. It's really weird.
Didn't
Yeah,
he have? Go ahead. I'm sorry,
I,
Meerkat.
I believe the scientific term for this is sausage pose. Or
Sausage
that's at
pose.
least how Devin calls it. is the sausage pose. That's how Kat was sitting when she was on stream with him.
Oh, that's
like,
right.
Wasn't there lore that Phil had like some special pillow for something when he was sitting for extended periods, or am I just misremembering?
He had those pregnancy pillows with the little thing in the back, and they're actual pregnancy pillows because pregnant ladies wear them because you get back problems when you're pregnant. But yeah, he had at least one of those that we know of. We might even see it here, depending. Although this was before he rocked around the house with his camera. So I want to hear him say, click on the ads, because that's the first step in our research.
Oh, and PayPal.
Well, if it isn't Guy with Two Names, how are you, Guy with Two Names?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Doing good. Doing good. Thanks for coming out.
Another thing that a lot of people ask me is, why do I do what I do? Why do I make so many gameplay videos?
Oh, this is going to be good. We can compare this to what we have now.
It's a combination of two things. First of all, for the first time,
It's sad that I lived all of this, so I remember a good amount of these things.
I watched this video when it came out. I was a fan when this came out.
As you know, as you can see here, I am in my new condo.
That was your beginnings. That was the same for me.
I can afford this place. But besides that,
I stopped watching him when he got with Panda because that was weird to me. But
You went out at a good time.
It was too much, yeah.
On my channel, just because I'm showing my face, so I might as well just kind of get some of the basics down. I don't know how I hurt my back.
Okay, this is still a pre-stream. I'm skipping some of this. I can't.
I just realized, like, I just glossed over it, just that we saw the very first T-pose.
Oh my god, yeah, it was, right?
I kind of just glossed over that
well,
mentally.
I don't know where it... Whoa, look how weird and crooked his chin is here. This bothers me.
Well, he still has that, like, the hairline that's similar to today. Like, it kind of, like, loops up a bit.
But you can see it here, right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Man, this is just a pre-stream.
First reveal is like, my back hurts, guys.
I'm sure. When it comes down to it, the game's 6 hours long. The level maker isn't that good because they understand.
How did we get here? I'm the face reveal.
It was pretty fucking huge.
He's talking about Little Big Planet not being a good game, which fuck him. Little Big Planet's fun as hell.
Huge, and now realizing that I actually have to pay that amount every single month.
Okay, here we go.
This condo
Money
eventually.
stuff.
A little bit scary of a thought, but you know what?
Oh, so you know what? He was talking about, I saw the mortgage and I shit my pants. This was that quote. So even back then, he was already talking about his dues, basically. So this pattern of him talking about his bills started back in 2010 or whenever the fuck this originally was. So let me actually, I'm gonna open up my OneNote because I was gonna actually make notes in my OneNote on this.
Well, I have some interesting lore that I kind of learned not too long ago. Apparently, on his website, I don't remember what the name of it, the hater website thing, he was begging with the PayPal link before then.
Yeah, he was. He was doing it on the King of Hate forums. Yes, that's verified. What did it do with this tab? Where did his? Oh, and look at this little ridge right here. This is unsettling. So yeah,
something I wish.
Go ahead, Decepticon.
No, something I wish I looked into, like in the early King of Hate forums, was that apparently people were saying it was a cult already back then, like back in 2009 and 10 or some shit, and he like addressed it in some videos. I wonder if it's related to all that PayPal shit.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's back when he was calling it the Hate Army. He was unironically calling it the Hate Army. Yeah. He would say things like, I call upon the Hate Army to fuck over Blip TV or whatever he was doing.
Yeah.
Which listen, if you get kicked off of Blip TV for saying hello Chew, calling upon the Hate Army is not a good thing to do.
Yeah. I think he had dedicated troll channels like around like 2010, 2011.
I'm pretty sure wasn't that around the time when Tevin started kind of dipping his toe into making...
Start 2013.
Okay, yeah.
But there was the Archfiend and who's that other dude?
Didn't Slow Beef do a thing that was directly going after DSP at one point? I remember.
Yeah, who's that other dude? El Presidor. Oh, he's just kind of covered DSP as well, a little bit here and there.
Okay, so like early.
Yeah, this was well before Tevin. Oh yeah, well before anyone was really doing it actively.
I've done a lot, obviously, and I do plan to continue to do those. However, I don't want to make it so that every day I come home from work or from school and I feel obligated to make videos that day. I know.
Whoa, did you just catch that? I don't want to feel obligated to make videos that day. And then he made 60 videos a day for 10 years, and that became his life. Isn't it ironic? DSP.
There's actually an interesting bit of Street Fighter lore here. So he bragged in this about being one of the first to play Street Fighter 4. Yeah, that's because you were able to get to an arcade that had the money to port over a Japanese board to play the game on a cabinet here. At this time, that game was only in Japanese arcades. It wasn't released internationally yet. Oh, so kind of funny to see how his perspective has changed some 14 years later.
Oh, wasn't that the clip? There's an infamous clip where he's saying like, Mr. So-and-so at the arcade got a Japanese board because his wife was Japanese or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember coming across something like that.
But it's just important. It's just funny to see how, well, it's funny is the wrong word, but like, yeah, like, you know, now he's like, they should ban anyone, but they won't ban certain people because they're a part of the in crowd. And now that he's this ostracized loser, he's all, you know, anti.
Anybody who tries to play games early should be banned off the internet. Because that's what he says now.
Here's the thing, Phil. You were never a part of the in crowd in the FGC.
He also played games when he wasn't supposed to.
He played games when he wasn't supposed to. He broke embargoes and he imported a Japanese copy of Dark Souls that he wasn't supposed to have. So I mean, he did it. He did it 10 years ago. Like, whatever.
A lot of you have been hooked on the videos, and I appreciate that.
Okay.
Check out my alternate channel, The King of Hate
here,
HD.
Here it is.
You know, I went on a trip to Chicago, and I took
Chicago.
There. I go to different places, and you know, joystick tutorials because that's something I'm interested in. I got a bunch of.
Oh, that's right. he had joystick modding tutorials. I forgot.
There's
about
a
those.
video of him putting together a fight stick he modded where he just smacks the shit out of the thing. And I'm trying to find that video. If anyone can find that video, I would appreciate it.
Who was it? Lord Thunder. I think you'll know this. Was Prophet the one? I was talking to someone recently who was like, "Yeah, I got into Phil because I searched stuff about fight sticks, and he was there." Right? Was that Prophet?
That sounds right. That sounds right.
Yeah. Because I swear, Prophet, he's probably working, but Prophet, if you hear this, get at me. I want to know if that was you, because I swear I heard Prophet be like, yeah, I searched for fight sticks and Phil was there. So
stuff that's going on, because I think not only would it be interesting, it would be pretty funny, and you know, a lot of people are going to do anything else. These are endless, and that is the cool thing.
TPost.
Maybe I'll do skits. Maybe I'll do. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
That's a good one.
Wow, it was very powerful back in the day.
Very powerful TPost.
Get that massive viewer base. Please do check out my partner channel.
Here we go.
King of Hate HD. This video I'll be posting on both the Dark Side Phil, which is the Game Playthrough channel, and the King of Hate HD channel, so that
double
gets
dip
exposed, and everyone kind of gets a little primer of, you know, what.
Wow,
I'm
such
doing,
powerful
what I'm doing,
poses.
Strong.
Information about it.
Never getting
To
those
answer
again.
The question everyone asks: No, I don't record straight from the feed. I have a digital camera which I'm using right now. It's a Sony digital camera. For details on what the camera is, go to my Dark Side Phil channel. Everything's on the left-hand side that you could ever possibly want to fucking ask me. I don't understand why people just can't read, but hopefully now throwing this video.
You motherfucker! He was toxic even back then. When he was a fucking nobody. He was toxic. Fuck you.
Not even to a chat, just to the internet in general.
Yeah, just to people in like his YouTube DMs that simply were like, "Yo, dude, what camera do you use? Why the fuck would you ask me that? You fucking idiot!" Like,
I just want to point out now that he hated questions back then, but now he answers questions on the daily. It's amazing.
The one thing you can say about Phil, if you get forced to say something positive, is he stays consistent.
Yes, consistent he is.
And,
yeah, I know you say he might have been nobody back then, but I think he was more of a somebody back then than he is right now.
True, because people thought he had a chance of being something back then. You know what I mean? Like, people are like, yeah, this Dark Side Phil kid, he's kind of an asshole, but he could go somewhere. Now, he is completely spent. He has wasted any sort of social capital he's ever had. nobody likes him and nobody will ever take him seriously again. So I think you're right, Meerkat. He was ironically more of a somebody when he was nobody because he was unknown. In a weird way that worked for him.
Well, we didn't have data saying what a shitty person he is.
Exactly. Until he monetized his entire life.
Not really.
Until he monetized his entire life and vlogged it all, then we knew how much of a shithead he was.
The amount of people that knew Phil was a piece of shit at this time was much smaller and niche than now.
It was like you, Jaha, and whoever else was in the SF community, I guess. I mean, anybody that saw him in person. So, yeah, very small pool compared to now.
Yeah, got at the floor, not that many people, so you stand out more. Yep.
That might be a great idea to have a bunch of us playing it together rather than me just playing it by myself.
Oh my, and he's talking about playing with his viewers, which is like
multiplayer.
Never today. Oh, Indrid, hello.
Hello.
How are you feeling? You feeling okay?
I'm better.
Okay.
I'm not perfect, but much better.
Cool. Well, good to hear you're on the upswing, dude. Awesome.
But I don't know yet. I haven't decided. It's something to mull over, so...
What's bothering you? We're gonna get them doxxed and harassed immediately.
Exactly.
We're gonna send death threats to their house and a bomb.
Since I was a kid, but I'm not morbidly obese. Get the fuck.
You know, he probably is morbidly obese. Here,
right there, absolutely.
According to a doctor, you don't have to be that big to be considered morbidly obese. At least in my, again, I'm a skinny, wiry motherfucker, but I have family members that are kind of big, and they're not that big. But the doctor's like, yeah, you're considered morbidly obese. So, like, he's got like 4 chins. Look at this.
Yeah, he's kind of a chonker. He's not really morbidly obese. Like, I wouldn't say he's morbidly obese, but he's kind of a chunky little dude.
Yeah, I mean, I can't have that hard of an opinion on it, but man,
too much Vinny's pizza.
Yes, too much shitty pizza.
You have to understand
fuck that place.
Especially my Street Fighter 4 game.
Well, according to WebMD, it's 30 BMI.
Okay, 30. Which BMI is like not a good statistic anyway. So.
Well, he's probably pretty close.
For fun. It's all a joke. It's not always 100% ultimately fucking serious. I'm kind of playing for the camera because people like that. It's funny to make jokes to come ridiculous.
It's funny how unhinged he is, even at the beginning.
And he's in. Here we go. This is what I was looking for.
I just want to say thanks a lot to everyone.
Here we go.
He still has this shirt, by the way.
Oh, he did. Yeah, we were talking. He wore it last week. We were talking about that.
Show up on the videos there because hopefully, fingers crossed, that actually starts giving me some.
Fingers crossed.
I think you might have missed when you said click on the ad.
Yeah, you missed what you were looking for.
Yeah. And now I have my own
You gotta go back just a little bit.
I think I did.
Please go to my partner channel. Thanks a lot to everyone. I just say out of nowhere, adding funny comments, jokes. They're playing a game, whether you can.
No, you don't have to go too far back.
Funny. Funny comments, jokes, things like that. Ridiculous things that I just say out of nowhere.
Ridiculous.
That's where the fun comes from. So, I just want to say thanks a lot to everyone. I hope to entertain you in the future. Please go to my partner channel, The King of Hate HD, and click on the ads.
Bingo.
There we go. You're much less
Fingers
entertaining
crossed.
in the future.
Lock 'em up.
So click on. So this was the original Bagment. No, like basically, right
First,
here.
I think.
Yeah. Okay. So original Bagment, and okay, and this is on the original Darks Fidel channel. So 13 years ago. Holy shit.
Yeah,
okay.
It's actually quite remarkable. He's been begging since the moment he showed his face. Because back in the day, the ads were making the money, so he literally tells you go and fucking click on the ads. Then the views were making the money, so he was bitching about views and he was begging people to go and watch his videos. He didn't even care. Like, there's a certain point around like 2014, 15 where he said, I don't care if you watch the video, you enjoy it, or you like it or dislike it, as long as you watch it, because that would give me money. And nowadays, he's just straight up just panhandling. So it's like throughout his whole existence, he's been begging like this.
Yeah.
Or whatever is going to get him the money.
So
go ahead, Thunder.
This was the clip like once side scrollers started showing clip, this was the clip I wanted them to show because he has denied time and time again. I did not tell people to click on the ads.
Oh,
Well, and then he got yeeted from something for invalid click activity. I think.
Google
That's
AdSense.
Because he kept doing this. Because this is
Yeah.
not the first. This is not the only time where he said click on the ads. It was a very frequent basis.
Oh,
I mean, he got to the point where he had to use Panda's AdSense because his shit was yeeted.
is he still using that now?
Who the fuck knows?
I
I doubt it.
think
I don't see
so.
how that's possible because Panda is out of the picture unless they were both his technically. I mean,
I think he got like after the whole Machinima dropped him, Panda Lee
Mhm.
left, and Laveria Cruz drama. All around that time, like I think he got his own AdSense around that time.
okay, so we pinpointed the original Bagment. It was 13 years ago. Face reveal. I don't think we're going to be able to find any evidence of whaling from this because it was just set up
It
differently.
literally doesn't
back then.
exist.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. But I went to PicPicGo and I typed in the word money in anticipation.
Oh, well.
of this.
49,519 occurrences.
A lot of
And
results.
see the spike. See the spike in November 2018. The highest it ever was 907 occurrences in November of 2018. So
A month? Jeez.
so
Wait
if
a minute.
If you
But that was
notice,
Vest Streak. No?
No, that was
no.
like prime tax arc.
To put it in perspective, I just searched support. Support only has 36,817.
see,
Only.
support
Contributions of Patreon were the big thing.
support was going to be my next word. So money very high. Let's do contribution.
But right, that's kind of the tricky thing with him because he doesn't always say money. He likes to mask it as a different phrase, like
It's actually support,
contribution.
maybe even donations as well.
I think
Because he
Right.
read a thesaurus. He's a
so.
thesaurus.
So my theory, and I'm not a legal expert, but my theory is after the bankruptcy, his bankruptcy representative said, "Listen, don't you fucking ever say the word money on stream ever fucking again." And that's why he has all of these euphemisms for it. Because he used to just say, before the bankruptcy, he would say, "Give me money," sometimes. Like, literally. After the bankruptcy, none.
I think it just changes a bit because like 2015, 16, it was all about Patreon.
And some of it
once
was
they started
about bits
streaming,
as
it
well.
started with bits and contributions, donations, tips. It depends on the era, really. Now, like his big thing is crowdfunded because
you know what?
he doesn't want to shill.
You know what? Biggest occurrence of bits occurred in December 2017, which was, according to DSP's own history of himself, when he had his groove was in 2017. So December 2017 would have been, I suppose, prime Twitch era. So
Yeah, I think 2017 November is when he found out about the back taxes. So
right. So this would have been the hashtag save the house arc somewhere in here.
House.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So now's the fun
2017
part.
was a rough year.
Oh yeah.
For who?
Yeah. Well, oh man, and look at all this shit that's just gone because he nuked it. That bothers me.
So I've been searching various words, contributions, bits, support, donations, all that. Surprisingly, one of the highest ones I've found has been vest.
Vest.
How many times do you all think he has said vest?
You know what?
According to Big Pig
20,000.
Now,
25.
I want to give a counterpoint.
25,000. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Is
25,000.
it actually the word vest, or maybe it's confusing other words
Invest
together? 'Cause-
or something. Yeah.
Oh, invest.
It could be. I don't know.
But these spikes line up with the vest streak in 2020.
Yes.
It does. Yeah,
I mean, that
because
makes sense.
July of
Fair enough.
2020. Yeah, July of 2020
So-
was
Counterpoint, I searched space vest and still got 10,582.
Space Fest. Okay. Yep. Yeah, and it still spikes around the same time. So July 2020 is absolutely the vest streak. So let's see if we can dig into any of that shit from the vest streak. if we can. Whoa, I'm just curious to see how far back it goes. Okay, so this is not going to be it. 2009. I like Pig Go. I hope it gets updated soon. All I'm going to say about that.
Just the fact that website exists.
It's amazing. Yeah. 2017, 2016.
Search engine for one.
Shout out to the people who made it, or the person who made it, because
I think
would
it's
not.
Dark Side Detective. No, I think the guy's called Dark Side Detective.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Shout out to
because
the
I wouldn't do
mentally
it.
ill tractor.
I would definitely not do it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the lame brain tractor. I'm sorry.
Lame brain, dumb fucking piece of shit.
Mouth drooling distractor.
I don't use hateful slurs.
Do get this vest. Oh, I'm curious as to what this is. How the fuck do I... Oh no, that he's yelling at the game. Okay.
Racing game.
How the fuck do I... This is so stupid. Why are we doing this?
Yeah, I would say anything past 2015, like the transcripts are kind of wonky.
Yeah. Holy shit! Like okay, what's this Spider-Man one? I want to listen to this one.
It's probably a Spider-Man.
Probably the Rock Spider-Man skin.
Holy shit!
Oh yeah, well.
Oh no.
He actually did say vest. Holy shit!
I'm glad I just finished playing this game because that would have been a spoiler.
That game is so good.
That's a great game.
Marvel Spider-Man.
Talking about money. He's already made $3,300 in tips just this month.
It's already all gone.
Holy shit.
That's
I mean,
disgusting.
they went to Hogan, so it doesn't matter.
It's all gone.
Yeah.
True.
Scopely.
True.
Scopely stock prices went up tenfold.
Oh, it never ends. Just prints. Oh, some of these phrases. Looking in the house, money. Oh, it never ends. Just prints money. What's he talking about here? I'm curious.
I'm sure it's some
Harry Potter in general.
It never ends. It just prints money.
It never ends and just prints money. Like back then, he probably wrote it because he liked the fucking idea, right?
Oh.
Oh yeah.
For context, this is
He's talking about an author.
Classic literature than Harry Potter is, and Tolkien wasn't about money as much.
Oh, Tolkien.
Tolkien.
I don't know. Tolkien wrote books because I actually agree with Phil. Tolkien wrote books because he felt literature about war was important. So, and he just happened.
And also because he also wanted to create a mythos for the English people.
Well, yes, because Norse mythology and Greek mythology were like really, really prominent, and
right.
he did want the English to have their own thing. Yeah. I mean that's where we get Elvish and everything is from him, which is fascinating. But when all these podcasts that got nuked, I hate it.
Big up Spotify for hosting such toxicity.
This is a waste of money. All right, let's see.
Hi-Fi Russia.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure now that DDM is back, you can also find these podcasts over there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
ironic.
yeah, that's
Talk
true.
about the Raw coming back as well. I hope that happens.
They might have they might have lawnmowers and stuff in them, but you can find them.
That Raw is staying on Odyssey for now.
No, I mean DDM talking about getting the Raw archive back from all those years. So
it would be nice.
Get those level 1 podcasts back.
It would be really nice.
That would be good.
Man, this Pig Go search is not working like I thought it was. Gonna have to pivot. I wanted to watch this one because another topic I want to get into here is Jinx specifically, and this clip gets into him kind of raging about Jinx. So let's watch it and we can talk about it.
Let's watch the hijinks.
Oh, you got me.
What a great joke.
Coming back, so don't ask to come back.
Can never compete
Within
with that
the first
comedy.
5 minutes of me unbanning you this morning, you literally said, "Is the vestry continuing? Is Jinx gonna be here? Is Jinx gonna contribute? Is Jinx? Fuck you, you're gone." That's literally my point.
Oh,
get him out of here.
I unbanned you because you said that you would apologize for acting stupid, and within the 5 minutes of you being here, you did it again. You're gone. Goodbye. So long, toodles. Good riddance.
God.
But
Get him
so,
out of
Why
here.
can you be this angry?
So this, so I know why he's angry. It's because they're talking about someone other than him. That's
him. Yeah.
But the thing is, he took the bait because
Yes.
he tells people all the time. Oh, tip me and you get a shout out. Tip me and you get a shout out. Jinx/OIC, if that is OIC, and it probably is, knows he can derail Phil because everybody in the chat's going to talk about him and Phil's going to hate it. And this is why we were talking about it a couple minutes before starting the stream. This is why I love the fascination of Phil having money, but also hating the fact that he is getting so many tips, because then he has to be like, everybody thank Jinx, and then everybody's going to thank Jinx, and then he's going to ban the people for thanking Jinx. You know, it's like a cycle of shit that he's created. And I'll just sit and watch.
What day was this from? How? This was this week,
yeah,
right?
this was
Okay.
yesterday. Yeah, this was yesterday morning. Yeah, so he's cracking now. I think this is accelerating the breakdown arc hard because he's gonna need to do. I believe he's gonna need to do something with all of this money he's getting besides pull Hogan's, before even his chat is going to be like, yeah, but you got $3,700 2 weeks ago. Where is it?
He's averaged $380 a day in tips for the last 6 days.
Exactly.
Look at him.
Yeah.
You know what that can fix? The bathroom. We'll maybe start fixing the bathroom.
The dishwasher.
Imagine how that
The
disappeared.
dishwasher. Maybe pay off the debt from the car.
Maybe
the car repairs.
Maybe it could move in a recently released sister-in-law who's needing to get her life in order.
Oh god.
So okay,
that'll-
so let's derail for a couple of minutes because I know that's been a theory about Phil being stressed because of the possibility of Jenna maybe moving in with them.
Oh my god.
As fun as that sounds, I
That would be terrible.
I don't think it's realistic because of how estranged her and Kat are.
Yeah.
But it would be fun to see Brazy Mamo on a Phil stream. It would be really fun to just see her come in there, like
The offer
Phil.
to Sanders arc.
I think she'll just start swinging at him. Just not even.
she probably would. There's even a Meerkat song about that. So yeah.
Yeah,
Free Jenna. Hashtag free
everything that I've saw about her, I genuinely she thinks that he's a pedophile, like an actual pedophile. And she has a very low opinion of Kat. And some of those quotes, man,
She hates it.
It's brutal. It's fucking brutal.
He hates both
She
of them.
hates both of them equally,
Yeah.
which is kind of sad.
So I think we can definitely roast and shoot down the theory that she's moving in. As fun as that sounds, ain't happening. But
I just want
I'll
chaos.
give that a 0% chance at happening.
yeah.
Did anyone say that Keemstar paid her for an interview, or would that be a wrong?
If I were Keem, she's the first person I would go to. Honestly, her or Howard.
She might not be moving in, but that doesn't mean she can't pull up.
She can.
You think she's gonna hop
That's
over
true.
the easily accessible fence?
She's talked about
And next
taking.
thing you know,
She's
you can hear
talked about
somebody out
taking
the
a bus to
window.
Renton before, so she'll do it.
I hear somebody outside the DSP window. Come outside, you pedo.
Oh
Come
my God.
outside." Oh, that would be gold. That would be gold.
What is that, dude? What is that?
Cat, your
the
crazy
lawn- the
sister's
lawn
here,
people-
Cat.
The lawn people are so loud today. Oh, what is going on? Is that
Yeah,
somebody named
fucking
Pedro?
landscapers, man.
Is that-
The
they
landscapers.
just call him Pedro?
Yeah.
Pedro.
He starts up the stream tomorrow, the window's open, and you just hear her shouting in the background. Guys, the landscaper, they're really loud today, dude.
Prophet confirms that. Okay, so the 15th there was a hearing. Okay, Prophet says he'll pop. Prophet has an update on the Jenna situation. He says he'll pop on when he gets home. Okay,
Is Prophet
Yes,
going to
Prophet.
bail her out? Why does he know these
yeah,
updates?
Prophet.
so
How do you
quickly?
know? Are you putting up the money?
There.
He's on the scene reporting.
She's allowed to leave the country. I didn't know you were allowed to leave the country after you got released. Yeah. So I really don't think she's moving in, but I think Phil is afraid of her in general.
Yeah, but Logan, why do you think that Keemstar would want to have an interview with her? What does she have to add about DSP? What does she know about it?
Background about Jenna.
She doesn't know,
not
but
Jenna, Kat.
but to be clear, she doesn't know anything. She doesn't know anything that we don't know or anybody else doesn't know. But Keemstar wants the drama. He wants the hits. And goddamn, if you get Jenna he's gonna get what he wants. He's gonna get the drama. She's gonna call him a PDF file, all that other shit. So I think there's a chance of him going to her just for that, possibly.
I think an interview with Jenna would give more insight on what Kat is as a person and stuff.
Possibly.
That's the angle I'm thinking about it from.
Meerkat, go ahead.
That would discredit Keem as an interviewer because he's just going for anybody at this point who has something bad to say about DSP. Because I don't think Jenna and Kat really know each other very well. From what I've heard about them, they're estranged.
Yeah, it's
and
been
last
like over
time
a
they
decade.
were together, they were actually teenagers or even younger than that. So I think that would be kind of a nothing burger. Because Jenna has shared a couple of things in some of those vlogs, which are, first of all, Kat can't do her makeup. Second of all, Kat's mom had her in the toilet and make of that whatever you fucking wish. That's the actual quote.
I missed that one.
Yeah, that's a thing. Unfortunately, I can't send you that video directly because the person that sent it to me, it was like an unlisted video and it was a long time ago, so I don't have a link to that. But it was one of those unhinged Instagram rants.
Yeah.
No, I remember that.
Right. She genuinely thinks that the DSP is a pedophile because he masturbated in front of children, and she wants to quote unquote murk that N-word. That's
true.
what she said.
I remember that. Yeah.
I don't think she's like anybody who you can count on for an interview or like a scoop if you were like a paparazzi or something. So Keem is just gonna shoot himself in the foot for that.
Yeah, it's like Lefty said. It would be another unreliable narrator. Or it's like Lefty says.
Yeah, you know what? That's true. The Meerkat and Thunder. He would. You're right. Keem is best to frame this whole thing as. And this is going to sound weird in the context of Keem, but Keem is probably best to frame this thing as like a quest for truth. So he's gonna try and get people who he can get credible info out of that he can research. I can totally take the L on that one for overextending when it comes to Jenna. That's perfectly fine with me because y'all have convinced me.
And I mean, going on that point, Keem's best. You know, the drama will get you clicks, sure, but you really want to make it last and you really want to stick it to Phil, you get the factual stuff that, is going to do the most damage. You go and you try and talk to Dave, you try and talk to Linda or whoever the hell else you can talk to.
I still think it's Howard.
I do too.
It might be. If I have to give Keem some form of advice, I would say go for former DSP fans. Somebody like Gamer J. Lee, who used to be a mod.
Or
somebody
AJ.
like DJ Runo. Somebody like some of those dudes that used to be around.
Would say a lot about him if you got Air Raid Lord.
Well, it depends on how he feels that day. Because he
saw
flip-flops.
through the real DSP and decided, that guy is not worth my support. I regret supporting him. Maybe even the Snorlax King, the dude who got all these chargebacks. We confirmed that they're true, and he was like a cautionary tale of a DSP fan who tried to buy his friendship, essentially.
Yep.
So I would say go for people like this, because they reveal what the true DSP is. A guy who pretends like he's your friend, who pretends like he likes you, he cares about you, or whatever, until you realize he's full of shit. He doesn't mean any of that shit. And then you're out.
Yeah, I mean, and the other thing about that is, a lot of people said, oh, go and get people from his fighting game days, but Jaha's really done a great job at telling a lot of those stories, and he's been out of the FGC for so long.
Yeah, I feel like
it's not as much meat on the bone.
If he wants to use stuff on Jaha, there's Jaha clips out there. I mean, he could use the clips of TBS that has. I think TBS did a really good job of really drilling down to what Jaha knew about Phil. And Jaha had even one or two favorable opinions of DSP. As weird as that is to say. So, all right. So we're ruling out Jenna. We're ruling out Jaha. Consensus is Howard. I mean, when I was on TBS, that was my vote, and it still is Howard because I think Howard would be a good mixture of someone who was around during a very controversial sort of thing with DSP, meaning Project 7, who would be, I believe, factual with a lot of things he's saying, but we already know that he has a lot of negative things to say. It's like the best of both worlds, right?
That's what Keems want. He wants that negativity, a little bit of negativity with some truth.
Because I mean, Howard was toxic during the thing him and John recorded, but I don't think he was being untruthful. So
no,
he also wants to attract us. He wants to attract us to watch because he knows that he could, just like he knows that he could pull something from us.
I think
money or whatever.
The juiciest option would be Panda Lee. Probably unlikely, but I think that would be very juicy. Because imagine if you got Panda Lee, all of us would be needing to watch that like right away.
I think the only way that happens is if she contacts him first, because I think even Kim knows the blowback he would get if it gets let out that he went to her and pestered her for the interview would be not worth it to him.
DSP fans, the few that are left, would give him shit. We would give him shit. I mean,
everyone would watch. Everyone would watch.
I'll say this. I think Howard doing an interview would piss Phil off. I think John doing it would hurt him.
John doing it would nearly destroy him, if not destroy him. Honestly.
That's why I'm... Go ahead, Mirka.
I would beg to differ on the Panda Lee thing, because Keemstar is he's on a different level than any of us who can reach out to her and like offer her an interview. Because he's an actual like an e-celebrity. So he has the credibility to just reach out and be like, hey, I want to do an interview. I'm offering you this amount of money. You want to do it? And if I was her, I would be tempted. Because there's been so much time passed after they were in a relationship. He can offer her some money. She can make some cash out of this.
She got a wedding to plan.
She got a wedding.
The money's right. The money's right.
As far as she's concerned, that's just a net positive in any way you look at it. And also, you get to dunk on an ex-boyfriend. Come on, there's so many girlfriends out there that would want to do it.
Yeah, no, that's
do that for free on Facebook.
That's true. I think
day.
I think we were kind of forgetting the element that for his purposes, Keemstar has a limitless supply of money, so he could just, if he wanted to, he could go to Panda. Not saying he should, but he could just say, "Listen, name your price. Like, I'll get you whatever you want."
It's a question for everyone. There's a 0 chance Phil got her to sign an NDA when they broke up, right?
He's not that smart. He's not
negative.
That smart. Nope.
Okay,
that costs money.
Wondering.
Yeah, it costs money. Yes.
I'm like,
NDA for him is no donations available.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus Christ, superstar.
No.
Great comment in the chat. Hate Army. Keem is going to interview OIC and Jinx at the same time.
Yeah, why not? Just the proof would be right there, wouldn't it? You know,
that would be funny.
It'd be really, really great. DJ Runo, hello. How are you?
I am doing great. I just watched the new Fast and Furious movie.
Hey, don't you spoil it.
I didn't. I just said it was great.
Okay. So DJ Runo endorses the new Fast and Furious movie. All right, we'll all go see it.
I'm shilling out. I'm sponsored by whoever made the movie. I'm being sponsored by Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel and Ludacris.
The man himself.
By family.
DJ Runo, no spoilers, but do you know the meaning of family now? Did they actually tell you after like 10 movies the meaning of family?
I'm telling you, not even Wikipedia could explain family better than this movie.
Okay. Family film. You heard it from DJ Runo.
All right, so question, since we have a former DSP fan here who was a bigger fan. Runo, how much would Keem have to give you to do an interview about interactions you may have had with DSP?
Oh, boy.
Dude, I already know for it. I'm doing it for free.
Runo, you just want a new graphics card. That's all you want.
You just got a new graphics card, didn't you?
Get another one.
Get another one. There's nothing better on the market.
Get another one and then give it to me.
Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot we're family now, right? Yeah, family. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the movie topic. We're family. We gotta share. You share the love. You share the love with my boyfriends in here. Nah, I would do it for free. I would straight up do it for free. Yo, I get my name.
Is that the last show?
We're gonna watch some John Rambo movies on mute while we talk about this stuff because we're thoroughly derailed. So I'll just put this on mute and people can enjoy the nice ambiance of the John Rambo movies. So So Runo, what would actually be your price though? If Keem came to you and be like, "Listen, I want to talk about Untitled Goose Game. Let's go."
How deep is it going to go? Like, is it just gonna be a few minutes, or does it like literally want an interview with like a more or less in person, in quotes, with video call and whatever?
Let's say it was a 90-minute Discord call.
Oh my god! To talk about Goose Game.
Hey, guy with two names. I can't talk about Goose Game for 90 minutes. It's a great game. You should all play. Do it for the Goose family.
So basically 20 of those minutes would be about DSP, and the other 70 would just be about the game.
Yeah, the game's great.
Okay.
I would play right then and there. I will play it in co-op with him. It's a collab with Keemstar. Collabing, we gotta get the name. Now it's if you're gonna be serious, I would do it for just a few bucks.
Just
like I wouldn't ask for
so how much money did you give DSP? $20 for that? Just,
like $20.
Yep.
As long as you get your 20 back, then you're good. You're like, Keem, just give me my 20 back.
Exchange.
Look,
buy me a copy of Untitled Goose Game.
You say that, but I did get my 20 back eventually.
Oh, that's right. You did.
I did get it back, but I would say the total, like, I don't know how much money in total I gave DSP. It's like, because there were a lot of bits involved. So
those add up.
I don't know if you can track that.
Well, that's
like anywhere.
That's one thing I also wanted to talk about tonight is the idea, and I brought this up in I think Detractor Beam General, but people that spend on the same thing over and over and over again, they lose track of the numbers. And I think what would make Twitch favorable for DSP is that people stop thinking of bits as actual money. I think he would get a ton of 50-bit bitches if he went over to Twitch, because people are like, 50 bits, 50 cents. I'm not even going to think about it, like whatever. But I think there's such a roadblock in place when he's talking about dollars, but he likes the tips because he feels he can control them directly. But I think
that's why every
awesome
gambling website and other stuff just use whatever currency name that they call it. They don't call it real money because then you don't think about it as much.
It's gold, it's bits, it's bolts, whatever it is. So I mean, DSP's resistance to go to Twitch, I don't think is a good thing financially for him, but also I feel like Twitch's harassment policy is pretty rough, and I think he'd get yeeted within 2 weeks. But
he would violate that so quick.
I'm pretty sure just by calling his chat fucking idiots, he violates it theoretically. Right. Yeah, I just think this vest streak it's gonna crash when it crashes. Do you think that this will then cause Jinx / OIC to go away for another 9 months or however long?
Well, he did say he didn't know if he could keep donating like he has been donating. So that's precursor to watch out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be giving you that much more money, like if any.
Yeah, but that could just be a fake out or going to another side.
Exactly.
It's financial. It's financial domination when it comes down to it. In my mind, because my thing with this whole Jinx OIC thing, and I know I've said it to Lord Thunder and a whole bunch of other people, OIC loves pulling his strings. It's not about the money. It's about controlling Phil.
Right.
OIC has
the power.
OIC has deep pockets. I don't think he gives a fuck about how much money he spends. He goes off to Bahrain or wherever for 9 months on a job. He comes back and he spends his money on DSP.
Almost impressive.
Yeah.
Almost.
I'm sorry, but because we just talked about it's gonna get outsourced, like the who's going to tip. Did it already happen? I've never heard of this the stranger person before who gifted subs. Like never heard of. No. This wasn't there. I just watched the video today in the afternoon, just like walking down the street, and there were 3 tippers. There was OIC, there was Jinx, and there was like someone called Stranger. If I'm not mistaken, there was a third person who gifted subs. Like, who the fuck is that?
They're probably all. They're probably
look at
all
the
OIC.
tracker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's, because I'm saying, it's just getting, hey, it's a different account that gives you the money now. We gotta, like, split it up across names, basically. Who gives the
Shiro
money?
and Proper did an interview with OIC. It came out about a year and a half ago, and it's pretty insightful how dented this one is for somebody that has a job that awards him the financial freedom he has. And he says something to the effect of, I've maxed out the number of YouTube accounts I can have tied to one phone number.
That's amazing.
Does anybody know how many that is?
Well,
do you know the answer and you want us to guess?
No, I don't know the answer. I kind of want to know.
I think it's 2 per year. You can, I think 2 per year per phone number.
I want to say it's 25.
Yeah, I think they're quite a bit. And
my second answer is 10.
And sharing some fun quotes. There was this one quote that stood out more than anything else in that interview, and it was like he was talking about gifting DSP a laptop, and he was saying, "Man, I really wanted to give it to him bad. Like I really wanted to buy him this laptop.
Like he wanted to be the one. Yeah,
dog.
He loves to be the one to pull DSP's ass out. He's done that for years, time and time and time again. But I would argue that he's the one that makes DSP set these unreasonable expectations. So it's just a cycle, isn't it? It's just psychological financial domination. That's how I've always sized it up in my limited time here. But y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the vibe I get.
Yeah, it's remarkable how dented the man is when you hear some of the shit he says. It's like,
yeah, I definitely agree with Logan on this one. But if there's one thing that DSP shouldn't be worried about, it's after all this shit with like the champion stuff being exposed in such a fashion, the bank leak stuff revealing all of his expenses, the interview stuff revealing that he's just a liar and a fraud, and he still has people sending him thousands and thousands of dollars, then that's probably not going to stop anytime soon. So he's going to have certain people just wailing out on a consistent basis so he can do his song and dance. So if there's something that he shouldn't be worried about, it's that those few whales are going to keep going. Just like with mobile games.
Yep.
A few whales that keep them going.
But y'all made a great point earlier on TBS. If he were to just own up to the fact that he plays these mobile games and whales on them and turn them into content on stream,
bro,
there's a market to be had there. He's just too fucking stupid.
I've been saying that for the longest time. He could literally say, guys, I need 10 polls. Give me fucking money. And that would be okay.
No. He could work to the way to get sponsored by Scopely. Scopely does sponsor
He could
people.
literally do a WWE champion spot in his videos. Yes. I don't know
not a shill,
why
guys.
he...
Not a shill.
Well, so I think to peel back the layers a little deeper, because I've been saying for a long time he has a spending addiction. Some people have told me that it's not spending, it's begging. I personally think it is spending, and the reason why I say that is even before begging was a thing, he likes to buy toys. He likes to buy stupid shit. He filled his Connecticut condo with so much stupid, childish shit, and that was before begging. But anybody have thoughts on the question of spend or beg? What is the addiction?
It's spending. It's definitely spending.
It's gotta be spending.
He goes out of his way to buy expensive shit when he doesn't even have to. Remember when the TV broke? He could have bought a TV at $300. He chose to buy one for $900. Didn't have to, but he did anyway.
On a payment plan, just one app.
On a payment plan.
Which I think
he could have paid it all off.
Wait.
He said something. I swear to God, within the last month, he said something like, "I'm still paying for that TV, guys." Like
new TVs on a payment plan.
No way.
It was.
Does anybody remember? It slipped like a couple weeks ago. He said, "Well, that TV is still at financing, guys." I'm like, What the
if
fuck?
it is, it would have to be the last month.
I thought he said he paid it off already.
I thought so too.
Because it was on a 6-month payment
Dwight,
plan.
remember, DSP lies all the time, so who the fuck knows?
That's true.
You know what? You're right. Stupid me. I'll take the L on that one.
DSP lies all I have to be reminded by people all the time. Like people say it to me too. People are like, "But Lord Thunder says this to me all the time." It's like DSP is unreliable. He lies all the time. Yes, we have to be reminded of it because he's not like other people.
So he bought that TV October of 2022.
And we still paying for it.
I'm
What's he paying?
Actually
five like $20 a month for a year? Like,
well, he told us the payment structure. He had to pay like $250, which included the tax
Did he buy
of it.
that from Amazon or Rent a Center?
He bought it from Amazon because he
Amazon,
paid the $20 for the two burly men to bring it into the hallway.
Yeah.
So
That's the thing.
He couldn't bring it up the stairs himself, which is
If-
fucking pathetic.
I'm making that kind of money. I'm just paying the bitch off.
I'm
Maybe
a
he
very
just
smart
wanted
person.
to
What do you mean he had the money?
he
when
had
when
the
bought
money.
it?
He had $900, but he chose to buy a
Yeah, but
less
that's
expensive TV
pathetic.
so he could pocket the rest. He did it on
I'm a
stream.
very tiny person, and I could, pull a TV upstairs. That's so dumb.
Or
But do you have a bad back, though?
or idea, get a friend or family member to help
I
you.
do. I have-
Oh no, he doesn't
I
have
have
any friends,
scoliosis.
and the other,
Not even the wife.
and the wife can't do
No.
anything.
And
Flat
he
screen,
can't-
though. How
he
heavy
can't-
is a flat screen? Really?
He can't disturb Jasper's sleeping schedule either. We all know how important that is. Like,
Even though cats sleep
Jasper.
like 24
Fuck
hours of the
Jasper.
day.
Jasper's mid-tier at best.
I
okay,
agree.
Jasper's the only thing of worth in that house.
Jasper's
And
a
even
party
that's
kid,
only
you guys.
mid-tier, Indrid.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
there
That's
are.
not true. That hatchet at the door's gotta have some value. Come on.
It's never been
No,
used.
it's a little,
it's brand
little
new.
baby.
It's
It's a
brand
little
new.
baby hatchet.
The best,
It's a little baby
listen,
hatchet.
the best pet DSP ever had was fucking Raisin, and he suplexed that motherfucker. So
Oh,
Yeah, that.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, yeah, he
remember when he suplexed
you.
Raisin?
Yeah.
Oh
and
my god, I'm
Raisin.
so sorry, Raisin. Yeah.
Wait, what?
If anybody
Those
has
are
the
the,
clip
hamsters.
of him, if anybody has the clip of him suplexing the hamster, please send it to me. We need to watch
Wait,
it.
Yeah, it was-
did
it's
Phil
the
pull
hamsters
wings and
he
kill his
had.
pet?
I don't think Raisin perished as a result of that, but it's pretty fucked
Probably
up thing
didn't.
to
It
do.
probably didn't feel
you
good.
can't suplex a hamster.
I'm pretty sure he did. I'm pretty
No,
sure he
You
did.
can't. You really can't. Please don't suplex
No.
your fucking
It's
hamster.
a little
No, we won't.
overkill.
Hey, don't
John
suplex.
stopped
Don't
that.
suplex any of your pets.
Hooves are hard. They're gonna hurt that hamster.
Well, I mean,
I would never suplex Jim Cornette.
did you say soup?
I don't.
Souffle.
He keeps saying souffle.
Souffle,
But that's
I'm
the fancy
hungry.
way. That's
I'm
the
hungry now.
fancy way.
You hit him with a beautiful
That's a very
souffle.
fancy way to say it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's
classy,
the souffle.
classy.
It's like a
Uh,
foyer, but a souffle.
All right,
It's
Like
like
a
a-
souffle, but with a
I
extra.
could use this. I could use this
But with
to play
extra,
right now.
exactly.
so the money pit deepens because the whole thing tonight is we're trying to dive into this money pit, right? He's putting a TV on financing. Do you-
Allegedly, he put it on a 5-month payment plan, according to Pig Go.
okay.
Oh no, I remember it. Yeah,
Use it,
the breakdown it was
use it.
about 250 at the time of delivery, and then
Okay.
124-ish for 5 months, the remaining months.
Okay. So he shouldn't. So whatever he said last week was a lie then to get. Okay. So we can deduce that he lied last week or whenever.
Unless
it
he
was.
lied to us when he made the payment.
Oh my god! Yeah. Which
the
side?
12
Which
the
side of
12-month
history is the
payment.
lie on? Yeah, exactly. We don't know, but
All of
Gotta
it.
find that. You gotta find that nugget of truth, gentlemen.
gotta find that nugget of truth, and it's gonna
He
roll.
bought it from Amazon. That's the nugget of truth.
Yeah. But he's lying to us somewhere. Is there anything else that he is that he has on financing? I don't.
Well, technically, his car. I mean, I don't know how deep you want to go.
Oh, that's right.
Well,
didn't this come
I mean,
up last
depending,
week?
I guess. I don't
He
know.
was still paying for the BMW during the bankruptcy, even though he didn't have it for 2 years.
What?
So
How the fuck do? Oh my god, Phil.
Why
Yep.
is he doing this?
business.
Oh, even worse,
Major.
paying for
He's
condo
addicted to
dues for
credit.
the Connecticut condo, even though he knew he was
know
going to get rid of
that.
it.
Well,
But-
yeah,
yeah,
it's really a
that's-
thing of
Like the
he takes out
BMW.
all these loans and he's hoping people forget. And it's like that doesn't work like that, Phil.
They
People
don't
ain't
forget.
Banks don't forget you owe them money.
So
People may, but banks don't.
on the subject of loans, I thoroughly enjoyed a recent
Army.
Gundam video
Hello.
where he
Hate Army.
mentions
Shout out to Hate Army.
What's up, Harold?
Oh,
Shout
damn,
out for hate.
I found the clip,
Okay.
by the way, of the
I had
hamster.
to.
You found the clip?
Oh, yo.
Awesome.
Sorry.
Look at this dude.
Yeah, I'll put it in general, I guess.
Yeah, put it in
He
general.
still
Yeah,
has the
that's fine.
stream where he picked out the TV. He still has that up.
October.
why would
Yeah,
you take it
because
down?
that was very exciting and interactive.
It was. He has
DSP.
the Bender hat on.
Hamster.
All right, here we go. Here we go, people. This is the suplexing of the
Alright.
hamster.
Here we go.
Stop.
The souffle.
I love that it's JR.
It's time for a rousing hamster suplex.
Dude,
He actually called it a suplex.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
he's so
so
Someone
dumb.
call Peter.
How much she knows. That was a scoop slam, you actual mongoloid. Wow. You got that wrong.
he's
You even got that
fucking
wrong.
furball around. Like, what a dude.
Again, not
Even
a
do a
children's
proper suplex.
entertainer.
And do a
I know,
proper
right?
play, but he
Suplex-
gets a good scoop slam.
Supplayed
Oh,
a damn hammy.
Meth Bear in the chat. Correction. The BMW was not on the bankruptcy schedules. Okay, so BMW was not a factor in the bankruptcy. I don't know why I was thinking it was.
Because there was a credit card that he got from the BMW company.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He
Really?
Yes.
So the car dealership had him
no.
take out a credit card. What a fucking
Profit.
mark. What a fucking mark.
Wow.
That's where you're getting that
Profits here.
from.
Profit.
that's cool.
Hello.
Why, Philip?
So we're gonna derail the derailment. Prophet, you were saying in the chat you
That's
have
okay.
some info
Level 2
on
derailment
Jenna.
achieved.
Yes, I do. Give me 1 second here.
Okay.
Are you
let
getting her into the call? Is that what?
Is she coming to
Oh my
Canada?
God,
is
please,
that what's
please,
happening?
No,
please tell her.
she's already here.
Tell me.
She's staying in my spare bedroom. Don't worry.
She is connecting. Please, I want to talk to her.
Hide your,
Profit.
hide your Kool-Aid.
Prophet is helping her
so-
be an international fugitive.
So basically, this is the information that Meth Bear and I have gleaned from what's going on now. She was scheduled to be released on May 15th,
Mhm.
pending
thought.
an evaluation because she's being released into like a care facility.
Like a
Wait,
psych
You
evaluation?
mean
Like a
group
half-
home?
Probably.
Group home?
Yeah, like something similar to that because she's going through a program right now, right?
Oh,
so
halfway
like
home.
I know like everybody was talking like about what Jenna had said previously about Phil,
Hmm.
but what you have to remember about that is Jenna wasn't on her meds. She was cracked out of her
Right.
mind, right?
She was snorting something.
Yes, right? Like it's
Thanks,
that,
Candy.
that boyfriend of hers that she had that loved the fentanyl, right? Like he was
Oh
fucked
right.
up too.
Mhm.
And so
She was probably on some sort of stimulant,
probably.
at least.
She smoked. She looked like she smoked a lot of weed too.
Oh
She
yeah,
did.
she
That-
did. That's
but that's
most
not-
of her Insta.
That doesn't
Yeah.
concern me, but
Same as Melissa.
know.
Like Phil considers Melissa a crackhead because she loves her marijuana, right? Like, okay, Phil.
right.
So
Right.
basically,
Judgy
like,
bitch.
yeah, like looking at the case document here, she was scheduled to be released May 15th. It hasn't happened yet, right?
Mhm.
It's just a progress report, right? Now there is a hearing, a pretrial hearing scheduled for April 1st of 2025.
Wait, what?
God,
Wow.
What?
Damn.
How?
so-
How did that happen?
Okay, what you need to know, like what Meth Bear had said is that the prisons, the jails in LA, in California, they're way overpopulated. Now she's not
Right.
considered. Hold on, Meth Bear, I think sent me something here.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think anything's wrong with weed.
And Meth
I
Bear,
would
if
think
you
that
if
was
you
my
ever
point.
if you ever want to jump in here, we're here. You don't have to, but if you have insight and you want to jump in, we're here.
I
Yeah, I
would
guess I'd
think
met
Jenna
there,
would be
like-
considered a risk to herself more than other people
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
a
so
legal
this is what
standpoint.
Meth Bear had sent me previously. Hold on, I just want to zoom in a bit. Okay, yeah. So scheduled, like, the hearing, upcoming scheduled events. So June 16th? It looks like June 16th or June 15th. Can't see it. Okay, whatever. But yeah, April 1st, there's supposed to be some kind of pre-trial hearing, or in 2025. As far as
That's
Meth Bear and I know, she
ridiculous.
has not yet been
Excuse me.
released.
April Fool's Day is perfect for this. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, right? Like, just fucking unbelievable.
What did
But
she
like
do?
Meth Bear,
She did
Meth
some
Bear's going to
stuff.
be able to fill people in better than I can.
Speak of the
I'm just
devil.
going off what here he is right
Meth
here. Perfect.
Bear.
What's up, Meth?
Hello, Meth Bear. You have the floor. How are you?
Oh boy.
How's your cousin, Cocaine Bear?
I see ads for that
Okay.
fucking thing everywhere.
The garbage
Cocaine
movie.
is
Don't watch
weak.
it.
Cocaine is trash. It is nothing against the synthetic purity and power of meth. Okay, you get rock hard and you just go with that meth. You just but I got bear meth. I mean, this thing, like, one point of this stuff will keep you like going for a month. It's not like this pussy human meth.
Never stop.
Oh,
God
boy.
damn.
Never stop.
Never stop.
I'm-
Never stop. Never stopping.
Oh my
Hit time
gosh.
go.
God damn.
Yeah,
It's
time
gonna
go.
It's
That's
always-
that's
it's
the
always-
definition of
it's
it. Time
always time
go.
and it's always time go.
Always time go. Always
Okay.
going. Now that
Yeah.
we have our
I'm-
two
no sleep game.
elite researchers in the voice chat now, we're talking about Jenna stuff and just the timeline of what's going on. So Meth Prophet tells us she's scheduled for a pretrial hearing in April of 2025.
Like,
Anything
She
else
is
to
on
add?
a 2-year. She's on a 2-year diversion.
Okay.
And basically, it's as long as she's a good girl and doesn't go out and do hoe things and keep using drugs. Basically,
meth.
they will bring her. They'll bring her back, and as long as she doesn't do that stuff, they'll just say, "Okay, you're done. You can go. You've unfucked yourself." So, but she has another hearing, and I sent it to Prophet, but it looked really blurry and I really couldn't. It looked very pixelated what I sent him. But yeah, she has another hearing coming up. June 16th, 2023. Just to see what's going on. Just to see if she's getting on with it. Now, if they felt that she wasn't, participating with the program, or maybe if she was getting some contraband in there and was using, because they piss test these people all the time, especially if you're in custody.
They do.
Yeah, then they would have just said nope, and they would have revoked it, and they would have just gone straight to the pretrial hearing. They would have vacated the date in 2025, brought it up, and just say, when are we going to trial?
Hey, Meth, real quick. Several people have asked, what charges is she actually facing?
All of them.
Well, like,
I
what
watched
is...
it a while ago, and it was pretty discreet.
Wasn't it like residential
people didn't wanna
burglary?
Oh yeah, residential burglary. Yeah, it's residential burglary, animal abuse, felonious animal abuse.
What?
I don't know. Yeah, she grabbed the
Oh,
dog.
I
the
can't
owner's
fuck
dog.
with that then if it's animal abuse.
Whoa, wait.
No.
Well, they said that she grabbed the owner's dog, and which is a pit bull, and she quote unquote threw the dog to the ground.
Holy shit!
So I don't.
Oh my god.
I don't know what that means though.
Girl
so,
tangled with a pit bull. Holy shit!
Well, it's either
She's
the
braver
dog
than
maybe
me.
it's either maybe the dog jumped up on her, and so she grabbed the dog, say, "Hey, get down," and sort of like did that. Maybe she grabbed the dog on the couch and pulled it from the couch and threw it onto the ground. I don't know. It's not like she picked up a chihuahua and threw it across the room. So it's bad. She shouldn't have done something, but but that's all it said that she did. And she also damaged a police car when they threw her in the back. So she has a vandalism charge.
Yeah, it's
She
like
was
$400. It's $400
Wow.
like that.
At least $400. So I don't know if she kicked out a window.
Where was this at?
This was in North Hollywood.
Okay, LA.
Yeah.
Man.
So yeah, she's over there, and she's over there at the women's detention facility in Alameda. It's about with no traffic, it's about 45 minutes or so from where I am. 45 minutes, maybe an hour.
Well,
So-
Bank Leaks in the chat brings up a pretty good theory. You bring up the idea of her having to stay out of trouble. Bank Leaks is basically
Yeah, at
saying
least she didn't suplex a
so
hamster.
she's going back basically. So odds are is she's going back. I think
odds are she's not going to be able to handle it on the outside.
No.
So typically people who are in this type of lifestyle, they just keep fucking up, and she's fucked up before. She's been in a lot of trouble down in San Diego when she first came. When she first came to the California from Michigan, she went down to San Diego, and she has multiple restraining orders out against her down there. She has a rap sheet down there in San Diego County, going back to like 2016 or 2017. So yeah, so she has a lot of shit going on with her. So, and a lot of this probably is directly related to her upbringing. Her mom locking her in a closet, starving her, trying to exercise her.
Failed exorcism.
I
failed
don't
exorcism.
think that helped at all.
I don't think it helped at all.
Hang on, look at all those Street Fighter figures.
All those toys.
Each of those, I believe, was about $7 or $8.
What?
That's such crap. That's such useless
check
crap.
out. Hold on. Check
He
out
has
this.
2 Blancas.
Check out this cable management here. You can see great cable management.
Nothing has changed.
As a collector, this is a waste of money right here.
It is.
Yeah, Darkseid to Phil. We're talking about Brazy Mama. Brazy?
Yes.
Mama?
Yeah, Brazy
Oh,
Mamo.
and watch out.
No, it's
Crazy
called
Mama.
Brazzers.
Watch out with Tim
Also,
Murray
you
because
could tell he has a spending habit because he bought all that shit and look what he does with it. He just throws it somewhere.
Throws it in a
spent all this money on
Tupperware.
shit,
Yeah.
and they're all packed away. If you were someone that actually cared about the shit you bought, you would have that on full display right now.
Right, like if you were actually trying to complete the set.
Yes.
But you bought it. You bought it just to buy it because you had money burning in your pocket.
Yeah.
With all the statues and everything. Cause like the setup he has now could be better
I
with
have
the shit
these
he's currently
Funkos.
Bug
but
Mechanics brought up a great
the-
point. Those are blind bag boxes. Like you buy them in a box and they come in a bag.
Oh, those are literal
That's
gotcha.
even worse.
Those are
It's a
actual gotcha. Okay.
It's
Yeah.
a waste of money. It's a waste of money. It's a gotcha.
He
So
probably
you
got
do have to
some.
when you
some-
do bring up
Nobody,
Jenna.
no real collector fucks with that type of shit. It's like why
No.
are you wasting money when you could just
Yeah.
buy like something
Darks,
of real
yeah.
value?
People have sent me. some
Apologies,
cool-
apologies, Meth Bear. You had more on
Funkos.
Jenna. You have the floor.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
just yeah. So when if you are going to bring up Jenna, just that's Chill Murray's queen right there. So, and I did get in a little trouble with this chat because they were looking over his card. That who was it? That was shit. Who was making up the cards for the Dark Side build card? Oh, it was Mighty D, right?
No,
Or
Len.
Wasn't it
Len.
Mighty
Yeah.
D making up the cards?
Len the Deranged.
Len the Deranged, yeah. So, and I think Mighty D was putting them up on Twitter. But I was saying that it's tapped to contract drug-resistant gonorrhea, and so he's
Ooh.
got he got a little
Jesus.
pissed at me for that one. So because he's like, no, this is my blue-eyed Nordic queen. So just watch out if you.
That's not her real
talk
hair.
trash.
That's a wig.
Yeah.
No, it was her blonde. It was her blondish. It was that blondish hair that she had.
No,
her
she-
eyes.
okay,
Her,
listen,
her
listen,
eyes are.
listen.
Her eyes are really blue though. Those are her. Those are her
Okay,
eyes.
that's fine. But any adult with that shade of blonde hair, it's most likely it's not real.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
she's a
I mean,
crackhead.
my hair
It could
is
be
that
highlighted.
shade.
She's a crackhead, though, right? So
She is. But it also
She-
looks
well,
like a wig.
I don't know if she's a crackhead. She's probably she's a meth head.
Hey,
there's a
Meth
bit of a
Bear.
difference.
There
Yes,
you go.
that's true.
Meth bear. There we go. See?
Semantics.
Semantics. So yeah, crack. I mean, crack is whack. You know?
I
And did you learn all
I
that?
had
No,
to
nobody
watch.
smokes crack any.
I had to watch part of Officer Sanders in order to make that
Oh, I watched all of it.
tournament thumbnail. Oh boy! Even as a porn actress, she's not good.
I watched all of it.
I don't know. My girlfriend's hair is about that sort of like dirty blonde color or something like
Oh, I'm
that.
talking
but
about like
she,
platinum.
oh, platinum? No, well, no, not platinum. But she has that brownish blonde layer type of a thing going on.
Oh, okay. Then
so.
that could be natural. But last time I saw it, it was like fucking platinum, which is not natural. And that's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Just
last
don't
time I
lie.
saw that platinum.
I also just want to point out 2014 Phil right here was something real special because he looks
Normal.
He looks run down but clean. You know what I mean? I can't remember the
Right.
last time Phil has looked clean.
That hair's still greasy as hell.
I mean, I
He
might be able
looks
to agree
less
with you, but the
melty.
pause is telling me otherwise. Because it looks like a madman.
I miss Phil with the chains because then he looked like a greasy Persian.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's
No,
true.
he looked like an Italian.
He
He's trying to
looked
look real
foreign
Italian.
when he wore the chains. He looked foreign, and it was a cool look sometimes.
I think
No,
he
it
still has a
wasn't.
chain on here.
Let's see what he's
Oh,
saying.
It's not.
Rock
It's
and
not a
chain.
good look.
What I love for a living. So
Hey, he's
this
asking
week
for
in
money.
particular, we're going to draw the winner from last week's giveaway, which, if you
He
remember,
has one of those
was the
Italian
Dead Space
horns on, or
Oh my
like
god!
a metal.
Oh my god!
or
Who's gonna
what?
get?
Dev
Who's gonna get an empty
from the
box?
Dev team that was actually sold separately from the game for about $100 value. I'm
Oh,
not sure what
he
it
is talking about an empty box. You're absolutely right.
kind of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to draw the winner, and then I'm going to announce what is this
Oh,
week's
that's-
giveaway. Now,
I also want to point out there was another video we were watching in this playlist where he was pointing a camera at his computer monitor to show who won on the forums. It was
Oh my god!
very Phil. And we missed it, but I just wanted to point it out.
just to clarify, some people, I guess, are wondering, gee, how long...
And he's using his camera mic here.
Giveaways are
Oh,
there?
God.
Yeah, he is, and it's really
You can
bad.
still hear the AC, by the way.
He's saving money. He's saving money. Why does he have to waste his? Why does he have to waste money on that useless microphones if he already has one?
One of the real frustrating things about him is, and I know people have brought this up, he could have had the best gaming streaming setup of
I agree.
anyone in the game.
Yep.
Because he had so much fucking money so early, so much earlier than everybody else did, and he did nothing with it. He bought actual
spent
garbage. And like, we're people who do this as a hobby, and we spend a considerable amount of money on our, like, my setup is fucking expensive. And I know a lot of
Mine
other
is not,
I know a
but I
lot of other
would.
people's are. But we take money from our real jobs to do this. And this was his actual job, and he would never reinvest. Like, look at this. Look at this shitty setup. Okay, yeah, he's gonna do the thing again. Watch.
Well, that's because direct capture is a fad and a meme.
Yeah, sure. Wings, I'd like to remind everybody, Wings had direct capture in 2009, and Phil did not. So
remember, it's not a priority for him for his setup.
rules
Oh,
don't
look, there's that shitty modem.
Yep.
They don't apply to Phil.
Well,
But,
that's also another unique thing to Phil. He thought he was a special boy. You know what I mean? He was like, "Well, I'm different."
Linda told him he was, and the school counselors probably should have told him he was, but
Oh, he had people in school telling him he was special, but not for the reason he thinks. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, he took it the wrong way.
I think he might have. Well, if there wasn't an actual op to get the proof of this, I would doubt that he was valedictorian. I would have just said that, like, yeah, he was maybe
I didn't believe
valedictorian
it for a
of, like,
long time.
yeah, but someone actually called the school and got somebody to give it
Yeah,
up.
that's what I believe.
Oh no, yeah,
Big up
it's
agriculture.
they have the on the farms. They have his yearbook.
Right, and that's when I did believe it because
What
like
the fuck?
I still say the bar was low.
Yes.
fuck yeah, it was
Well,
low.
so
Maybe he was in the special ed course. I don't
I'm
know.
familiar with the area. I can tell you that if he was a kid going to school in Bridgeport, the bar was very fucking low. That is
listen, if Phil got into whatever Ivy League school he applied to, he'd have been a fucking Rhodes Scholar now.
Well, Notre Dame is a private Catholic school.
It's a very good school. Yeah.
It's a very good school. It's a very prominent school in that area.
Mhm.
And Phil was able to get valedictorian, right?
Mhm.
But then again, like maybe remember Phil admitted that one of his parents had an affair. Take of that what you will.
Allegedly,
Right? Allegedly, right? So could that be the reason why he got valedictorian? I don't know.
Just a theory.
I have no proof.
Why?
Right?
Allegedly.
Theo theory.
Yeah. But
That's a wild theory, my guy.
we have
Why
a
would he
we
get
have a Forrest
valedictorian
Gump we
for
have a
adultery?
Forrest Gump scenario going on.
Jesus,
Yeah.
what a movie!
Holy shit. Yeah, but like that's the thing. Phil should have been on top. He was on top, arguably, for at least a little while. But
I just kept begging and begging and begging.
Well, yeah, it's like he's Bubba, and instead of shrimp, he's talking about all the different ways you can pay him.
Begga Gump.
Like
Shrimp.
you can tip me, you can super chat me, but tips are preferred. Yeah, it's just it's really stupid.
Him being on top?
Yeah, he was.
What quantifies that? Like, what are you going, like, money, views?
If you, I would say there was a time where he was the most prominent video game video creator on YouTube. It wasn't a long time, but there was a span of time where if you typed in video games on YouTube, you got his shit, and it was all his shit. And there was a time where he was making $250K a year on views. There was at least a year or two in there where he was fucking set, but he did nothing with it. Is my main problem.
I'll say 2012, 2013.
So basically, he got his foot in the door, got in the door, and then slowly backed out.
I think more accurately, you had people like PewDiePie and Markiplier that saw what he was doing and said, "I can do that shit better," and passed him very quickly and very easily. Yeah.
Yeah. We everybody saw that coming.
Yeah. But he had it. Honestly, sometimes he complains about his concurrent viewers being low during a stream, but like there's sometimes that like I kill for those numbers, just about, even the numbers he has. And he's just like, he takes it so for granted. And he hates streaming, and we all like streaming. I think that's the thing that really gets me these days, is that like I do this because it's fun. I've worked a full day of an actual job with actual responsibilities that I don't always like to do, and I'm still logging on and doing this because it's fun. And when he does it, he just looks like a miserable, in Raven's words, he's a miserable sack of shit, because that's what he looks like.
He's apathetic at this point.
Yeah, gaming is completely incidental. It's completely incidental. And my hot take is that he never liked games. He never actually liked games outside of Street Fighter.
He did at one point for sure.
He skipped an entire console generation. He didn't have a PS2 or an N64.
But that's to play one specific game, which would show that he would love that game more.
He was all about Street Fighter. He was all about Street Fighter for years and years and years. He didn't know shit about games outside of Street Fighter. Then he gets drunk, starts posting Dead Space videos. They catch on, and he's like, hey, people like me because I post these stupid videos. I'm going to keep doing it. So my theory is, and you can all disagree with me, that he never actually liked games, other than the fact that maybe he could win a match or two in Street Fighter, or maybe he could monetize it.
I think that he
my point.
I think that he really likes Street Fighter. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Which is a game.
It's okay.
So.
I was watching the This Is How You Don't plays with ALT, the Papers, Please and Dishonored, and he did seem to be enjoying himself a little bit, and that's gone. Any of that passion is just gone. So there was something there.
I think you're right in a way, because thinking back to Papers, Please, his jokes were bad, but he seemed like he was at least having some fun.
He was having fun.
About like, take the lady over the border, make her a prostitute. It's your God-given right.
Get out of here, bitch. Get out of my face,
you're right. He was having fun. There were times where he was having fun. Now it's just not there. Yeah. It's not there at all.
I think it was fun, but it stopped being fun when it became an actual job.
Well, and it stopped
when it became a job. Then it was like, I don't want to do this no more because it's actual work. Like I have to make a schedule. I gotta plan out games. I gotta buy it. Like it became work.
It became worse than the 9 to 5 he got laid off from. The act. A 9 to 5 would be easier on him than what he does now. I guarantee you, psychologically, because he needs people to tell him what to do. He needs people to say, go here and do this. An office job would be fucking perfect for. Have you seen him play Zelda lately? He doesn't know what the fuck to do.
Then if they call him out on his incompetence, what's he gonna do?
Nothing. He's
It
gonna
wouldn't be
sit
perfect,
fired.
but I'm saying, but he wouldn't. But he can't lash out unless he's just gonna go home and just be a drunk about it. But he can't ban nobody at a job, so it's like he
No.
can sit there and take orders. But if he fucks up, they're gonna tell him right then, right now, like you're a dumbass.
No, but how cool would it be if he could go on stream at night and bitch about it, though? How cool would that be? This motherfucker at my fucking job. He'd get fired from the job eventually.
It would be great when we get that.
He wouldn't last a week. He'd
He
be gone
wouldn't,
in a
huh?
week from the job.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't get up prior to 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
One, he'd be late. He'd show up the first day and he'd sit there at his desk and he'd play WWE Champions all day long.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Next day, he wouldn't
I
make it in.
neglected the gotcha element. The gotcha element would still be there. You're right.
He would find ways to, not get anything done. Find ways to waste time.
Do you
And it would
think
just pile
he'd
up.
be that guy? Because every office has that guy. Do you think he'd be that guy that's
Yes.
just like perpetually walking places and looking busy?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Straightening papers.
So he'd be
about
like,
his-
I have to go and deliver this to the mailroom, and it's just like a blank envelope, and he's just like, okay.
You're an accountant, man.
Yeah.
Like, no, you don't have to do shit.
Yeah.
Sit at your desk and do the numbers. Fuck.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think I am vastly underestimating his ability to fuck up a 9 to 5.
Now,
At
if
this
say
point.
2012, 2013, Phil, so go back a decade, I think back then he could have gotten a normal 9 to 5, but he's had over a decade of sitting in an echo chamber of him talking and his dents.
Right.
Could
the
DSP
LARPers.
work from home though?
He
Fuck
can't.
no.
No, he doesn't have the
He
discipline.
does
for
not
that.
have the
He
discipline.
can't-
He does
He
not have the
can't follow
discipline.
orders.
You would, because people have. I think even I was watching a Brittany Gates stream last year, and one of the things that she floated was, oh, he could be like a remote customer service person for Amazon or whatever, and her whole chat said the exact same thing that guy with two names said, like, nope, not enough discipline, because he would have to get up before 9 o'clock. He'd have to look presentable on camera. He'd have to not snort during his Skype meetings. He would have to change so many problematic things
As
about
Phil likes
himself.
to say, he would be beholden to someone other than God or himself.
Well, that's life, Philly boy. Everybody has to be selfless sometimes. That's just part of living in society.
Can I ask something? Because you guys said he doesn't know what to do in Zelda.
Yes, go for it, Bruno.
Isn't that game made for fucking children?
You raise a good point. And children are doing amazing things in that game right now. That Phil.
Not real Zelda though. It's the devs lost their way.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Thank you for the correction, Hate Army. The devs have lost their way.
Don't they always lose their way when he's not winning?
It's a little too. What did he say the other day? He said something that like really boiled my blood. He was like, "Well, it's 2023. The devs shouldn't be so cryptic about what you're supposed to do." And it's like, did you play Breath of the Wild? Breath of the Wild, they just kind of dropped you out there and said, "Go." Breath of the Wild, yeah, there's a story, but you can kind of just wander around. This should be the perfect game for him. Because
imagine getting immersed in like a digital world.
Well, here's the thing.
Just exploring.
Imagine.
Phil, one, has no creativity.
Yep.
And two, he doesn't have the cognitive ability to think abstractly and do these creative things. Like, I'm looking now and I'm seeing like people like building all sorts of crazy shit in this new Zelda game. And I'm like seeing a clip where Phil's like struggling to drag a log or something.
Yeah, Phil can't stack logs in that game. Yeah, it's
and that's the thing. Like, he can't think outside the box. He can't think abstractly and have this sense of creativity.
Today I saw the craziest shit. Someone made like a drone with lasers, and they just launched it at a dragon and had it like shoot lasers downwards.
Shit!
Wow,
some really insane shit.
That's amazing.
And the other thing I saw was I saw that this was Asmongold like reacting to clips of this shit, but it's insane. Someone made like a bomber airplane.
Oh shit!
Just flying over and bombing shit.
Now, if Phil were going to do that, he would need Papa Vera there sending him tweet by tweet instructions with photos.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yep.
You're gonna
The
need
problem
this
is
many
with Phil-
turbines, and you're gonna need this many bombs and planks, and you gotta arrange them in this configuration.
Right.
The problem with Phil is he doesn't think outside the box. He just doesn't think of the box, which is one of the reasons why Leanna ended up leaving. So
Yes.
because he was just always ignoring it.
That's true. He
So-
ignored the box for far too long.
He ignored the box.
Superstar.
So anyway, but I got a dinner reservation, so I'll check out, but I'll still be listening. So
All right.
have fun,
See you
everyone.
later, Matt Bear. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you, Matt Bear, for coming by.
Yeah, so Lefty's been baiting it on his night streams for a while, but he and I are going to sit down together and we are going to react to some Hitman This Is How You Don't Play stuff. And some of you know that I got into streaming because of Hitman.
I feel
that's like my.
I feel like it's gonna be a lot like Dishonored. So have fun with that.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a lot like the Dishonored. This Is How You Don't Play, and it's going to be a lot of him be like, "What the fuck? What do I do?" And like that's the point of a Hitman game. They kind of just drop you on. They drop you onto this map, this big map, and they say, "Here's your target. Go get them." And they don't tell you how.
So use a thing.
Going back to his spending thing, you see this stuff that he has that he's giving away. The amount of money he spent on this stuff.
Well, he used to buy.
Insane.
Remember, he used to buy
the collectors.
He used to buy the most expensive collector's edition so he could unbox it and get views.
This is what happens when you give a child too much money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't help but stare at the back of his hair as when he turns his head slightly.
Oh, you
He had the slick back look.
you can see just by this little nub here, his hair does not sit evenly in the back because his hair recedes backwards. When I was making the thumbnail for the Project 7 watch along that we were supposed to do, when he does the turn, you can see his hairline recedes in the back. It's the weirdest fucking thing. And also he was going bald even back then, and his hair is more disgusting the greasier it is. He should just.
So basically, he does what Asmongold does, but towards the back.
Yeah.
Because Asmongold does the same thing towards the front.
Yeah, exactly.
I just like how one side recedes noticeably farther than the other.
And look at that.
That's Linda's fault. That's Linda's fault.
And listen, we're doing face cams now. Y'all can see my hairline on the stream. I don't have a good hairline, but I don't fucking care. I'm not going to cover it up.
I'm bald, man.
I'm losing hair. You know what? During the pandemic, when you couldn't get a haircut, I just shaved my fucking head like all the way down, and I was like, man, baldness is going to be fine for me, dude. I'm just going to let it happen. So I'm letting it happen. I don't care.
I got lucky. My brother got the baldness. I got lucky.
I let my wife cut my hair once during the pandemic.
How'd that go?
How'd that go?
It was fun. I mean, I didn't turn my camera on for any Zoom meetings or anything. So
okay,
I say you just pop it all off and go to Jason Statham look, man.
I went into the bunker for like a month.
Go to Jason Statham look. Come on.
Yeah, no. But, honestly, when you're honestly, when your girl's cutting your hair during the pandemic, just have her shave all the way down. That's what I did. I was like, listen, you're not going to be able to do a fade because you're not a professional. Just take it all off and it'll grow back. It's fine. So it was fun though. Yeah, look at all this shit. Go ahead.
What game is this?
My having gone to cosmetology school is that I gave people good haircuts during COVID.
Yeah, that's so nice. My mom used to be. My mom used to be a barber, so when I go back to Connecticut, she usually gives me a haircut. That's right, my mom still cuts my hair sometimes, but hey.
Nice. That's okay.
Apparently Phil's apparently Phil's mother went to cosmetology school. Did you guys catch that?
No.
It was
during
like
Steve's video. During Steve's video on his hairline, Steve had the clip where he's like, my mom went to cosmetology school. I don't fucking buy that for a second. If she went to cosmetology school, she didn't pay attention because
that's a lie.
No, she trained his hair.
It's trying 007. How are you, sir?
What are you doing?
Tired.
He's got voice mod on.
War crimes.
It's got auto tune
Oh
on.
my god. Oh my
It's got the auto
god.
tune going.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sing,
yeah,
sing
it
us
is.
some Backstreet Boys.
You're singing.
Sing some
Alright, there
Backstreet
we
Boys
go.
while you're at it.
There we go. I don't know why that was on. That's
Is
in my
that the next Street Fighter announcer, T-Pain?
I thought you were working on I thought you were working on a TBS bit right there. You should call in with a TBS bit with that thing.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know why it was on. I usually keep it off.
That's funny.
My bad.
By the way, just gonna mention this now. I will be at least playing Battle Bit during the playtest on Saturday, like we did last time, because there is another playtest. 9:30 Eastern is when the playtest starts. And Lefty, if you want to stream on Taken L's, we can try and double stream it this time. If you do, just try and remember to set your alarm. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I didn't set my alarm. I woke up
Lefty.
11:30 a.m. I was like, fuck that.
Shit. Yeah, but we'll be at least one of us will be playing for a little bit on the playtest. So if you want to hop this time, we're gonna do a private Discord call this time because that's just a little easier. But I'll be around. If you want to get in, just hit me up. I'm gonna start a DM group. So just wanted to plug that 9:30 on Saturday. BattleBit Remastered. Go download it on Steam. But yeah, man, all this shit that he's buying. Remember, he gave away empty game boxes.
He did.
Yeah, there's still the eBay listing for the GoldenEye.
People paid for it though.
People did.
Oh,
People paid for it. People paid shipping. Yeah.
Hey, but they were signed though, okay?
Yeah, they were.
Bruno, which ones do you have, Bruno?
No comment.
You know what? We're gonna take a trip. Taking a trip to eBay. I'm gonna see.
Don't
DSP.
I'm pretty sure it's under Dark Side Phil, not
Okay.
DSP. 250 grand. It's still there.
Darksea.
Wait.
Hello. I can send you the link, Logan.
Oh, hey, Darksea.
Holy shit!
Get out of
In
here.
the hell am I looking at?
Darksea to Phil. How are you?
That's old. That's old.
It is a game case signed by
John
Philip
Rambo
Burnell.
autographed it too?
Yes, I think. I don't know where, but under Phil. It's in
Wait,
black.
very
Sharpie.
rare YouTubers.
Holy
It's
shit!
in black.
Yeah,
It's
that is
right
John
on.
Rambo right there.
Yeah, it's John.
Oh man.
But you see John's compared to Phil's, you see him.
Yes.
Look at the
Yeah, Phil's looks like the fucking invalid child signing in a crown.
Why is this shit scratched in like a serial killer?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I don't know.
Maybe that's how he does it. That's how he does his signature. Dark Side.
Anybody play Days Gone, where you have the Ripper, the Rippers or whatever, the faction where they like etch stuff into their skin. That's what this looks like.
Yes.
That's what this
Oh my
looks
God,
like.
yes.
Holy shit, Phil.
Whose idea was it to give John Rambo a black marker and then sign on one of the
Phil, 100%.
Harry Potter.
Phil's like, John, you could use this marker to sign it because they don't want. He
The
doesn't
fact
want
that he
him
actually
to.
did it though.
Yeah.
In Harry
So did
Potter,
you-
when she makes Hermione scratch mud blood in her
Oh,
arm.
I just doxed myself. My last name has been on stream. Whatever. My face is here. You guys can find me.
That's fine.
Whatever. Doxed.
Get to it.
I'm Jerry Mazurek, so go right ahead and do
I
whatever you want with that.
am sure that every detractor on the planet cares and it's gonna pull up. We're gonna actually pull up to your house.
Yeah.
and then we're gonna
No,
have a
it's
barbecue.
honestly it's the fucking Phil fans that watch us because Phil fans do watch us.
Guys,
They do.
barbecue at Logan.
Oh, you know
tomorrow
what? You know
evening.
what? What's the test? Because Steve always likes doing this on a lot of TBS episodes. He's like, "Here's my test for the day," and then he'll say something to see if Phil mentions it or to see if, fuck. Now that I'm forcing it, it's not coming naturally. Let's.
So guys,
Well-
Phil says we have secret emojis we use for
Yeah,
our
what's up with the
LARPing.
secret
Oh,
emojis,
yeah.
guys?
Secret emoji, guys.
It's
What?
this.
The
It's
red
this
droopy
face.
eyes.
Is it the red face?
Red eye.
It's red.
The red-
All right, guys, can we get a spam of
Oh,
this
right.
in chat? Sound good? Spam this in chat.
Sound good?
The fact he got mad at his chat for doing that the other day.
You know the drill, guys.
The G-Man says that that Pasta Derek is going to pull up. He might be. Listen, he does not want to roll up where I live. All right, he does not. He does not. I live in a rough fucking town, dude.
I hear Logan had the boogie style.
Well, he has a shotgun that he says that he has all the time, so he's fine.
Wash my mouth. Wash my mouth out with buckshot. Yeah, exactly.
Sound good? Sound good.
Sound good. Yeah, no, he doesn't want to roll up in the but he would. Even in my town, people would be like, "Who's this fat old motherfucker?" Yeah, he would not make it to my door. Yeah, dude. Whoa, what was that? He just did like a weird leg thing. Watch. What was that?
Weird.
Oh, because he had his leg under his other leg.
Oh, sure. He was scratching his leg, just like the other time he was scratching his leg. Sure. Yeah, like, so he thinks you okay. It's another instance of him thinking he's more important than he is, right? Because he's like, oh, they have a secret emoji. No, that's just a generic YouTube emoji. You fuck.
So wait a second. Is that where his computer is now in relationship to where his gaming setup is in the office?
Yeah,
he always made. That's what I thought. He always makes that argument. I have to get up and I have to walk way over there. That's like 3 fucking feet.
Well, but here's the thing.
That's an odyssey.
He waddles. He doesn't walk like a normal human. So,
but also, if you guys watch the Tier Maker streams, which they're terrible.
Oh, they're so bad.
He tries to see the Tier Maker on his OBS monitor because the OBS monitor is like closer to him, but the PC monitor is over on the other side of the room where the PC is. So there's been times. Well, I think Lord Thunder and Tryon, you were in a call with me. We were watching Tier Maker, and we're like, why the fuck is he getting up? He kept getting up because he couldn't see the Tier Maker.
Can't see it.
Yeah, it was so bad, dude. Oh my god.
Listen, the man needs to wear glasses full time. Dave, there's nothing wrong with wearing glasses. I'm wearing glasses now.
I have glasses.
$50.
My glasses are on my other desk because I don't need them right now, but I have them. I only need glasses for distance, guys.
I need new glasses.
So, never mind. I've lost my train of thought.
That's okay. We do that a lot around here. I'm gonna put on a reacts in the background.
The Tier Maker of the reacts.
Someone should get this man some binoculars so he can see.
For real.
Yeah, he needs glasses. He needs to go to the doctor more, but those things all cost money, right?
I remember there was a game he was playing. I think it might have been like one of the Yakuza games, and he couldn't see something, so he like turned over into his OBS or either OBS or something, or whatever the fuck he has like on his laptop close to him, and he would look at it.
Oh yeah, but he would have to turn in the other direction. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
I remember that. So like the controller, he was holding the controller kind of like over this way, and then he was turning like this, and it was
like an absolute boomer.
Really, really awkward.
Silent weapons. Phil prefers glasses that are filled with gin. Yes.
Yes.
Great line. Whoever said that, great line.
Silent weapons. Third.
Always comes in.
Of course.
Yes.
Top tier puns. Best in the game.
Top tier fucking puns. Yeah.
Guys, now a ship like this is where I would love to take Panda. I mean, Cat.
Yeah,
bro, she sank the ship. What the fuck do you mean?
Dude. I remember like watching this,
I've
and
got to
he
head
was.
out, but you guys have fun.
All right, Indrid.
Yeah,
All right, Ingrid.
Hope you continue to feel better. Bye.
Good night, dude.
Bye, dude.
So we're all dicks now. All dicks.
Yeah, all dicks.
Man only zone, boys.
Club.
It's gonna remain a man.
Why I jumped in here in the first place? I saw a pile of boyfriends, and I thought I'd never dove.
Yeah, welcome, Darksea. Yes.
How could you resist? How could you resist?
Wow, watching this visually, you like not listening to it, but watching this visually, you really get an idea for how often he pauses it, and it's very frustrating.
And then the commentary isn't even like
every minute
worthy.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's always like, what even is that? Like half the time, but what even is that?
Which is funny because this is one of his complaints when he was complaining about reacts was people pausing all the time.
Oh, just the other day he said it might have been yesterday. I think he told Snow Carl HD Remix. What the fuck his name is.
Yes.
That his reacts are meaningful. He has.
Yeah. Snow Carl gave him first of all, Snow Carl, if you're listening, don't ever tip him. What are you doing?
I don't know if that's the real Snow Carl.
Oh no, that's right. That's right. It was Super Snow Carl HD Remix, which is different. So he gave him legit feedback, like, oh Phil, maybe your reacts would do better if they were 15 minutes long. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? My reacts are meaningful and heartfelt and thoughtful. Okay. And he went on like this huge tirade about how longer equals meaningful and how it's like meaningful is not harmful and productive, which was like really weird language. Like, meaningful content is not harmful to anyone and it's productive to society. Like, what the fuck does that even mean?
It means it's meaningful. Idiot. Sound good? Sound good. Now, tip him, Jinx, specifically. Money.
Well, maybe maybe James Rolfe shitting on Bugs Bunny was meaningful to me at one point. Okay, maybe that AVGN video was meaningful to me.
That's way more meaningful than anything Darkside Phil has ever produced, and I mean ever produced.
That sketch is actually fucking funny. I've watched it recently, and it still kind of holds up.
You pick up any video, it's more meaningful than anything fucking Phil has ever produced.
You can also see where Phil got his character from.
He is 100% a carbon copy ripoff of AVGN, but he does it poorly.
Yeah,
bro's not even
the other day during
AVGN.
someone sent him
AVGN.
Someone sent him Iron Gamer, and I'm laughing. It was just a sneak diss.
Yeah, and he didn't get it. That went like right over his head. About like why that video should be significant as a video sent to him. He's so stupid.
Bruh.
He's
this video is so fucking... The best joke out of this video was when DSP found out why the title of the video is called The Cost of Concordia. He's like, the ship's called The Costa Concordia, and the video is called The Cost of Concordia. He was like so proud of himself.
It's literally just a play on words. There's no deeper meaning to it.
Yeah.
Jesus, I was not expecting that, Runo.
Yeah, it's so bad, dude.
It's not even... I don't even know if you could call his reacts surface level commentary. There's something else, like,
because he doesn't get out.
Well, there's a reason why his shit gets yeeted sometimes. It's because he doesn't add anything.
He doesn't do enough. Yeah, he doesn't.
He just sits there and goat laughs. Like, holy shit, man.
If he wanted to make them transformative, honestly, if he wanted to make them transformative, it would be so simple to record these offline and use a video editor and cut out the pauses. And that's just the reactions would probably be enough to make it transformative, because that's what a lot of React creators do. They cut out all the bullshit, so it's just them laughing at shit. Like that's what Moist does. Yeah, like
the thing that really got me for this react, the reaction to this video was he didn't even he seemed to be like so confused that like someone would try to impress a woman by like
like he was just trying to have
he's never done that.
He was just trying to have sex with her. They did all this shit because he just wanted to get laid. Like he didn't get it at all.
Or with the other guy who like didn't speak, I forget what it was, either English or Italian or whatever the language was that everyone else was speaking, so he misunderstood the commands. And he's like, "Oh my god, what an idiot! They got this guy." It's like, yeah, there was a mistake to get this guy. That's the point of the video, DSP.
Yeah, like that. The video is pointing that out. We don't need you to say what he just says. What the video says all the time, and it's so frustrating.
It's just awful.
Did he even know that this happened?
No, I'm pretty sure he didn't.
He thought it was fiction. It seemed to me like he thought it was fiction.
Jesus Christ.
It would be interesting to look up like the pre-stream around the time of the event and see if like maybe someone cheered or like I don't know tipped or something with like asking him about it.
When did this happen again?
I think it was like 2012.
That sounds right.
Yeah, because people used to legitimately ask him about current events back.
People still do, and he says like, we're not talking about drama."
Or he said no. Well, what he says even more is I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, but thanks for the tip. That's literally what he says.
Or he'll say, "I have no idea if that's true or not," because he's literally like so paranoid. He thinks every fucking cheer or tip or whatever the fuck.
Well, this is
like some attempt to get him to say something.
Unless your name is Jinx, and unless your name is Snow Carl, and he always takes your fucking bait, always.
Remember when the Queen of England died? He's like, guys, the Queen of England died. I'm sorry.
She was a classy lady. Snort.
Yeah. I don't know much else.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was such a weird quote where it's like, she was quite a classy lady. Snort. Okay.
Well, I remember because he wasn't he trying to get out of it really quick because he didn't want to pull the Kobe Bryant 2.0. So
yeah. That's true. That's true, Darksy. He wanted to get in. He wanted to get in, get out. That's one of the few moments where he actually had like a moment of clarity where he's like, I don't know shit about this. I just need to move on. So,
now imagine if this happened when he was playing Judgment Begins or whatever that game was called.
Rest in peace, Etika. Judgment Begins. Yeah.
R.I.P. Queen. Judgment Begins.
Yeah. Dude, like okay, so I'm gonna Darksy, I'm gonna steal one of your things because I love it, and it inspired me to do some of this. You say on your streams that you see a lot of yourself in DSP sometimes, and I do the exact fucking thing. I'm gonna level with you all. Up until recently, I was the kind of guy that didn't leave the house very much, or this, that, or the other thing. But the funny thing is, watching a lot of DSP kind of got me thinking like, I should probably start leaving the house more, or I should probably talk to my friends more, or I should probably like get more hobbies, But Phil has nothing to compare anything to, so he must think that all people are like him, and that's a really odd concept to me. Like everyone,
it's actually worse.
It's 100%.
Explain. How's it worse?
Trolls.
He compares himself to trolls.
Sorry, I didn't want to step over someone.
No. Go ahead, Hate Army.
So I was gonna say because you just said that he thinks he's normal. The reason he thinks that is because like the only people he interacts with are morons in his chat and detractors.
Oh,
yeah.
And
he thinks we're fucking insane. Okay,
exactly, exactly. So he sees himself as the antithesis of us.
He's sane. Everybody else is insane.
Exactly.
That's the way it is with Phil.
And this is something that I've said many times since.
Guy's a fucking idiot.
Well, as a fucking idiot, but this is something I've said, and I know a lot of people have said it since the side scrollers interview. But that interview was a moment where we were all able to watch something and say, "See, we are not fucking insane." Because up until that moment, my girlfriend has been very understanding about all this shit. All these streams, she's like, so what the fuck are your streams anyway? I'm like, it's too much to explain. But I showed her clips of the side scrollers interview, and she's like, yeah, you probably feel like you are the normal one now.
Vindicated.
Finally, and she finally said, I now understand because she saw clips of Adam just fucking losing it.
Right. Go back to that interview and what they brought it up on that being said just a few hours ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because they asked him, what was the question? What was Phil like in like the brief time you had before you went live?
Mm-hmm.
And they mentioned that Phil reiterated, I want this to be the interview. I want to lay my story out there.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. Mm-hmm. And I fully believe Adam. I really thought Adam was, going in with an open mind of, I don't know much about this guy. I want to hear his story. But we saw Adam go from somebody who maybe was just a curious guy trying to figure out what the hell the deal is to actual detractor.
Yeah.
in 5 hours.
Well, the thing about Adam, if you're familiar with any of his work outside of side scrollers, you can agree with him politically, disagree with him politically, whatever. That's not what we're here for. But the thing about Adam is he's curious and skeptical at the same time.
Yes,
which
exactly.
is how he has that's how he has made his way on the internet, by being a very curious person who asks lots of questions and is skeptical of the answers. So I think what Craig did, having him go in relatively blind, was great, because Adam was just like, no, I'm not going to put up with your shit. And if you watch the RTU thing that they did the other day, Adam had to stop them and say, like, I don't want to talk about this fucking guy anymore, guys. Like, I'm done.
I'm DSP'd out.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about this fucker anymore.
Yeah. Like he's just done. But like, that was such a good moment, that interview, because my girlfriend even had points with me, like when Lefty and I were starting this shit, she's like, it seems like you all are crazy. Are you sure you want to do this? So it was like little arguments we would get in. She's like, what are these streams even? Like, explain it to me. And I'm like, I can't explain it.
But that's why Phil being the one to do it in real time was so poetic and beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can't be like, my detractors did this. No. This was straight from the source's mouth.
Yes. Like, because that's the thing. A friend of mine started asking me about these streams, and I was like, there's too much to explain, man. It would take me 2 days just to get him caught up to a sufficient point, because if you see DSP and you don't know the lore, he seems like he might be reasonable. If you don't know the lore, if you catch a pre-stream and he's just saying, and he's just literally just follow me on this, because he says, oh, people attack me on the internet, people are nasty to me, this, that, or the other thing. People will see him and they'll be like, oh, poor baby, like, I'm sorry that this happened to you. But you read the lore and what actually happened, you know he's a fucking scumbag, and that's the difference.
For the first while, about 5 years ago when I started following, I remember thinking every now and again, like, well, he's got a point there, or why are they fucking with him on this? And it just you have to get inundated with it. And there's actually an idea I've had for the longest time, and I haven't figured out how to make it work. And if someone does, I'd love you for it. It could be so entertaining. Is someone's got to take somebody completely uninitiated and figure out like how to speed run that shit live on a stream. Find an effective way to do that. I wanted to do that with my wife, but now at this point I've tainted her. She knows almost nothing, but she knows too much. She's not a good test subject for that.
She saw all the accessories you were printing and was just like painting.
I tried.
Big significant others that deal with it. Because honestly, I relate to this.
I tried with my girlfriend the other day after Lefty and I were on. That being said, I was trying to get her to like watch the VOD. So I was like, yeah, Lefty and I were on this thing and it was really fun and cool. So I turn on the VOD and she's like, I don't know what, she literally was like, I don't know what the fuck any of this means. Like, I don't know what it means. Like,
hey, listen, Mrs. DeWhite was the same way. She didn't understand it at first. She's like, I don't get, she's like, why do you care? And I was like, you're not seeing what I'm seeing.
Yeah, you're right. They literally don't see what we see. That yes,
but I told her she sat there and watched it on her own. I wasn't with her, like I wasn't there to influence or to show my bias. She sat there, and then by the time I came back out, she's like, "Yo, this dude's a piece of shit." I'm like, I don't get it now.
Yeah,
see it. Like I said, if you watch him for a little while, if you don't feel some type of way, gotta check your morality.
Well, look at that one DSP fan who met him at the convention, and his father's like, "That guy's a loser."
Yeah, sized them up in 1 fucking minute. Yeah.
I'm biased as hell because the first time I met DSP, I asked the guy I was at the tournament with, hey, what's that guy doing over there? And they're like, oh, that's that fucking loser from Connecticut. So that was my first exposure to the man.
Yeah.
See, I've got my wife inundated enough that actually, and this happened last week, I was working. I think I was making dinner or something, and I'm listening to. I have YouTube just music playing, right? And YouTube does this thing where it'll give you like a playlist, right, of shit you normally listen to.
Right.
So some song, and I happened to be on the other side of the room. I think I was letting our dog out or something, and all of a sudden Tyrone kicks in, like Meerkat's Tyrone, and I realize it is 3 feet away from my children.
Yeah.
I started sprinting across the hardwood floor. I fell on my face, and my kids are just horrified.
Oh, no.
My wife looks at me and goes, "DSP stuff," and I was like, "Yep."
Yeah, that honestly, YouTube Music will recommend a lot of different stuff, but Meerkat does come up in the YouTube Music rotation eventually. It's just
listen to him a lot. I admit that.
I listen to him when I'm half the time when I'm making dinner. I'm listening to any sort of Meerkat songs.
I would make the argument that he is the most talented motherfucker of art. I will make that argument.
Yeah. So Rel in chat, I just compared to celebrity drama of reality shows wife watches, and she got it pretty much immediately. Silent Weapons. I just say DSP is a TV show like Gout of Thrones or The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Jesus
Christ. I gave Mrs. Dwight a buffer though. I gave her some Cobra, and Cobra's the palate cleanser.
Yeah, Cobra is fun to get into. Yeah.
Yeah, so I say when DSP, I was like, here, eat this Cobra because it's palate cleanser. He's making fucked up meals, and she can wrap her head around that. But DSP, she's just like, why is he doing this?
Yeah,
why is he saying that? This is not true, and it's like, yeah, that's what he does.
Decepticon brings up a good point in chat. TBS is not entry level DSP content.
Yep.
It's like an inside joke that you don't get yet, and that's kind of what my girlfriend said. She was like, "This feels like a party I wasn't invited to," and I was like, "Well, that's fair."
That's a great point, actually.
Yeah.
So I feel like
because ALT is always trying to up the game on his knowledge and his lore, so he's making that gap wider.
Yeah. Yes. I would argue episode 1 of TBS very, very shallow learning curve because there were no inside jokes. Now all of TBS is just one giant inside joke, and it's fun if you're on the inside, but it's hard to get on the inside now. So
yeah.
So I think my favorite description of the Vortex came from Jaha when he said it's like I'm watching a train wreck that's moving at 5 miles per hour.
Mm-hmm. Very apt. Very apt description.
Because we're 15 years into this shit, and this motherfucker still hasn't fucked himself off.
And every couple of years, and again, I've only been around prominently, not even prominently. I've been lurking I lurked for about a year before Lefty and I made this channel. So really, only about a year and a half. But I've done a lot of homework. I've done a lot of studying, and it seems like every couple of years, someone will say, "Yeah, this is going to be the last year. This is going to be the last year." But if you notice, people aren't really saying that as much. People aren't really saying that as much, but I feel like they used to.
I'm glad people are learning that because it was very.
You want to know how this ends?
Slow drip. It's a slow drip.
Exactly. It's a slow drip because he ain't gone nowhere. He got nowhere to go, and he's gonna die slow.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, his odds of living a long time are relatively high because he never leaves the house. Just that alone keeps him out of danger.
Also, his ego wouldn't give him this. He wouldn't give us this. He wouldn't give us the satisfaction of walking away.
No.
His last words are going to be "fuck the trolls." So
he'd rather drop dead on that stream than walk away and say, "You know what? I know when I've been licked. It's time to walk away."
So
no, he wouldn't give us that satisfaction.
I am going to.
He's going to die. He's going to die on stream, or Cat's going to wake up in the morning and start a stream and go, "Phil passed away in the middle of the night."
I'm going to propose
Phil passed away in the middle of the night. Please tip me. That's what it's going to be.
Please tip me. Yeah. Please tip me for the funeral.
Yeah. The funeral goal. She'll put the funeral goal up.
Funeral goal.
I'm going to pose a challenge to the challenge for the artistic
photo, Snoop Dogg dancing and on top of the say. By the way,
Lord Thunder, what is the challenge gauntlet you are throwing down? Go ahead.
Someone please. Recreate the intro scene of Citizen Kane themed around DSP.
Oh fuck!
Oh good fuck!
It
could be a simple illustration.
Yeah, it could be an illustration. Yeah, it could be an illustration. Could be an edit.
Instead of the snow globe falling, it's the Wolverine toy falling out of his arm.
Or the sound box, it would have to be the Wolverine. You're right. It would have to be the Wolverine.
Oh my god! The G managed 2K to reveal his corpse.
Oh my god. Gee, man.
Still laying in the bed. It's still laying in the bed.
So I want to know what Citizen Brunel says instead of Rosebud.
Just snort.
He would
All right,
say
yeah, that's a great question.
He, he would say Rambo. He would.
That's what I think.
He would say
I think
Rambo.
it'd be about Rambo.
Rambo.
Yeah, I agree. You say Rambo. I think so.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
that idea to
Nah,
Pixar.
he say Leanna.
Leanna. Yeah.
I might ask that. With that being said, crowd, what would be? I might send that in as a message. Be Phil's
That
last
should be
word.
a question of the week. That's a really good question of the week. Yeah. Fuck though, man. Yeah. Do you think he's still in love with Leanna, right? Or the idea of Leanna? You know?
Seems that way.
Why do you think that?
I think she's the one that got away.
Yeah.
I think he has realized that she actually loved him.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really did. She really did. And him and Kat are just roommates. They have nothing in common.
Well, the thing about Kat is, you know, he sees all his colleagues, his people in the same line of work, essentially growing up, leveling up, if you will. He's seeing them, you know, getting married, having families, some even leaving the game to go to bigger and better things. So
Not
for
him.
him, the idea of the status of being in a relationship and being married was something he can't deal with. He needs to have that status symbol. And that's why he was so quick to get Kat in there.
Well, I think
because he didn't. There wasn't even a dating period for them.
it was 2 weeks. Like it was like 2 weeks between.
No, they were dating for like a year.
Well, but it
Well,
was
like
2 weeks between
contact
Panda
between
and when they made contact.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah, like Panda was wearing that ring for like months before Phil actually proposed. After he proposed, they broke up a month later. June 1st, he slid into her DMs. On the 15th, she filed for that order of protection against Subaru Man.
Jesus Christ.
So it was within 15 days, and they were already... He didn't move her until the following November.
I'm pretty sure the farm's
Yeah, but she
somewhere.
visited him like 4 times.
Oh, yeah, she visited him like 4 times. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the agricultural
That's
site
what I
has
was talking
timeline.
about.
That was Save the Condo scam, which was just to fly her out to spend time with him.
Well, the condo or the tax scam was to fly her out permanently. The other times he was just lying about, oh, I'm gonna be sick next month. See you guys.
It wasn't a European style escort. It was a Michigan style escort.
That is always. I will say that every fucking stream. Kat was the escort. The escort was real.
Yeah,
just not in the way you thought.
He was paying to fly her out. Like
They just got the wrong sister.
Well, yeah, they did just get the wrong sister, but also notice how he used the escort saga to also obfuscate what he was doing with Kat, because he was doing something. Like the escort saga never would have happened if he wasn't doing something with some woman, right? Like
romantic side. Phil.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing he always neglects, and that a lot of people leave out. They never would have been able to try and scam him in the way that they did if he wasn't trying to hide Kat. If he was just honest about Kat, none of that shit would have ever escalated the way it did. So
Logan, video idea: semantics of Phil and how he uses them to twist narrative.
Yeah, no, that's something you and I definitely have to sit down and do. I actually did have a whole pig go list of stuff. Unfortunately, the podcasts for the last year being nuked is a bad thing, but we can still use Spotify and stills. I'm jealous of
need to resume drinking.
Yeah, you would need to resume drinking. So yeah, we'll have to sit down and do that. I know Lefty and I have some on-demand stuff we're gonna try and record this weekend and get done, because the boyfriends don't stream together very often these days, and we need to change that. So boyfriends are gonna be streaming.
So Diggler says have a wake at his house, and everyone has to bring a Hulk Hogan trading card to drop in his casket.
Fuck. That'd be so good.
I don't know what
Paul
I would put
Hogan
in
to pay
Phil's
respects.
casket.
That's what it would be.
Okay,
Chat,
real
you can
talk.
drop one thing in
question.
Phil's casket. What would you put in there?
I will ask that question.
Better question. If you was at his grave, what would you do?
File it.
Okay, I'll put that question in the chat.
Yeah, I like Dwight's better. What would you do at his gravesite?
I guess a little jig.
Oh yeah, I'd dance on that grave.
I mean,
Okay, question is up in the chat.
I can see a lot of Wolverine figures be sitting on a headstone now.
And you know what? I would take those figures and I would give them to children in need. Children that maybe don't have a toy to play with.
I'm gonna go grab some water. Talk amongst yourselves, please.
Give me some takeaway bottles.
Oh yeah.
Halloween.
And every 5-6 years, somebody could show up and drop off the newest PlayStation empty box when it comes out. Buy their system and drop the box off for them.
OIC would be the one keeping it prim and proper.
Yes.
Have the net phones just hanging in a little vase where the flowers would be. Just
Whale tail gin.
Well,
How is no one pointed out to him that name is just not correct yet? How has that not happened on stream?
I don't think his dents care.
yeah.
There's so many things, and I'm just like, I want him to hear. I want someone to say to him, and I know that's kind of the crux of why we do what we
I
do.
bet most people on Phil's stream aren't actually watching it; they're just listening.
Silent weapons. You'd have to wait 24 hours to make a eulogy for Phil.
Oh, subscriber only funeral. Subscriber only funeral. Fuck.
And on that note,
members go.
Members go.
Well, like somebody said earlier, Cat comes on for 2K, I'll show his corpse.
Cat would be like, "No, guys, we need to hit the tips goal for this mahogany casket, okay?" And it would be this whole fucking thing.
Jesus Christ.
150, I get that marble headstone. Come on now.
I guess this is kind of a weird thought, but yeah, I guess if Phil passed away, he'd be buried in Washington. They're not gonna haul his ass back to Connecticut, even though.
No.
Listen, Dave Burnell is not paying that money to haul that motherfucker back to.
He'd probably be like, bury him where he laid.
Kick him in the ditch.
Cheapest
I have
coffin
no son.
possible. Yeah.
I have no son.
For real, I have no son.
He's got to be just sitting around, like, honestly, just waiting for the day when his wife will no longer be tortured by her fucking spawn. That's got to upset him, just to see what his son has become, and how his wife clearly plays into.
And
well, the bike story told us exactly
everything.
Yeah, they didn't like each other.
Everything.
Yeah, that's why I'm praying that Keem can get Papa Dave, because I feel like he'll need the money because his son's out here bleeding him.
Dwight, you and I are on the same page. That is my number one.
That would be like awesome.
So Dwight and Thunder are in the Dave Burnell interview camp.
That's my number one.
I don't know if it'll happen.
I feel
I don't see that happening.
At a point
I
where
just don't.
the dude carries his name. And he's throwing shade on the Burnell legacy. It's just a joke.
I'm not talking
grandchildren.
realistic.
That's
I'm
crazy.
talking my number one wish list.
Number one wish.
I'm wish listing it because I don't think it could happen, but it'd be nice. And just the fact of, well, why would he take the money? Because, your son's bleeding you dry.
Linda would put a
logically make kind of sense. Like, hey, we
I'm
need
curious
more
as
money.
to how he's bleeding him dry.
Incompetent son bleeds us on a weekly to monthly basis.
Well, Pitlord, if you think of it by association,
The amount of money he's making.
Linda gave Phil money for taxes. So by association, that's money that Linda and Dave could have used for something else. So
Sure, but that's not bleeding him dry, and that was like what 7 years ago, 6 years ago.
But we don't know how many times he calls them behind the scenes for money.
Yeah, that's true.
I know what he does.
He says he talks to them. He says he talks to them every week,
And
supposedly.
if he's grimy enough to contact Dents for missing out on streams to contribute,
Snorlax.
you don't think he ain't calling mommy and daddy for some ducats?
Listen,
I think it's possible he's intimidated by calling him mommy and daddy. You know, like a Marine Corps dad laying down the law on him.
DSP is being capable of is being greedy.
This is Linda's baby boy.
This is Linda's baby boy. Yeah.
Wait, he's an only child, right? He's an only child too.
Only
I'm
child.
not wrong about that,
Yeah.
right?
Well, Melissa was
Yeah.
adopted, but basically yes.
Yeah. Okay. It makes a little bit of
Phil
sense.
was basically
An only child growing
grown up at that. Well, he's never grown up, but he was old enough to where I don't think Melissa was that much of a factor financially.
He needed a brother, man.
He needed an older brother, dude. An older brother would have kicked his ass into shape, honestly.
Yes. Just like
I had an older brother, and I turned out, or I have an
brother.
older brother, and I turned out okay. So
Yeah, I'm the older one, but like if when you have a sibling, that it would have been so much better for him. I believe that.
well, because like
Me too, man. I'm the oldest. Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, no, exactly. My brother would always be like, when we were kids, he'd always be like, "Listen, I'm hard on you because the world's tough out there, man. You gotta be responsible and good." And all. Phil didn't have anybody to do that with him because Dave wrote him off. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Dave wrote his ass off. So
I'm surprised Dave wrote him off so
It
early.
turns
to be
out they're
honest.
being a bitch because someone else got jacked for their bike. It's like, you know what? I failed as a
5
parent.
years old.
I failed.
yeah. That might have actually been the moment where Dave was just like, "Yeah, this fucking kid."
You know, Dave had many sleepless nights of selection of like, where the fuck did I go?
Yeah, because he's probably like, "Listen, I was in the service. I had a good job. I went to college. I got married, but I had this fucking kid."
Here's the thing. Dave Burnell, Papa Burnell, is a former Marine.
Yes.
Yeah.
And from what
Right.
we know, I get the feeling, if you've ever seen that 70s show, it was Red and Kitty Foreman.
Listen,
Yes.
the white race, Papa race was a Marine. I grew up with a Marine.
Okay.
I know how they get down and the shit. Yeah.
Yeah, my brother's lieutenant colonel. My dad was a United States Navy captain.
Like,
Yeah.
listen,
Wild.
when you got a
Different.
Marine dad and they want to do shit with you, you better do that shit.
Yeah. Well, it's just normal shit, you know. Your father goes to the son and says, "Son, let's go have a catch. Let's go ride a bike."
Or dude, you want
to
you want a bike at the basketball game? Isn't this cool, Phil?
Let me teach you how to swing a bat in baseball, like shit like that. Let me teach you how to be a man. You do that shit.
He even tried to he even tried to like play with like toys and stuff with Phil or play games, but Phil just like never. Because Phil even mentions like, "Yeah, my dad tried to play games with me and whatever," and it's like, Phil, that was him reaching out. He was trying to reach out to you, and you didn't do
That
anything.
is, I'm not gonna have another kid.
Normal human
This is
behavior.
Yeah, exactly.
Also the toy thing where he said his dad kept all his toys or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like he had an expectation that he was gonna give him a grandson or a grandkid. I think Dave really had that expectation.
Well, with Leanna, there was a chance because Leanna wanted children. It was very clear that she wanted children. She wanted children with him, which the idea of a woman seeing Phil and be like, "I want to have his babies." Like,
no.
What?
The idea of Phil bringing an offspring to continue the legacy of the Burnell bloodline.
Unless that man's got a dick swinging around his leg, I can't see any reason you would look at him as a viable mate option.
That's why. Well, so to get to circle back and derail again to if Panda talked to Keem, I think the best and most general question would be why Phil? Like, why Phil?
Because she was 17 years
Because
old.
you're the child.
and
Yeah.
Well, the simple
a child.
answer is she was 17 years old, started her own YouTube channel, got into a YouTube celebrity at the time's DMs,
right?
And she thought she could boost her channel. I think it started as like a use relationship, but I think she truly did love him. As weird as that sounds, yeah.
Just like she reacted when she was showing all the stuff that he bought for her for the soap. She was crying in that video.
Yeah, because he cared for her for whatever capacity he has for however long he did, but Yeah, she got him to. Oh, by the way, she got him to finance her entire soap business. So, like, big ups Panda for getting your money, girl. Like,
well, think about how broken you have to be, even at that age, to stick with DSP for any sort of amount of time. So she probably hit a point where she just realized, hey, even though he's a fucking mess, it was somebody who cared about her. She probably didn't have a lot of it.
And he had decent money back then.
Yep.
So.
Yep. And he doted on her.
That's true. That's true. He because I mean, let's face it, she was like a young cute teenage girl. She could have probably had her pick of a lot of different people, but yeah, she stuck with him. I'm just glad she didn't waste all of her youth on him, you know? That would have been
I'm glad she got
real
out.
sad. Imagine if she was in her 30s right now with him. Oh my god. Like, that's horrifying to me to think of.
On the subject of Panda today, I know a lot of people, we were talking about our top draft picks, and I know a lot of people say don't pull her back into this. I don't know. I kind of want Keem to talk to her. I think she'd be my number one. I think I'd be the most interesting.
Yeah, she's my number one.
She would by far be the most interesting. I have a problem. Given what she went through with him as a child and a young person, I have a problem with people talking to her about that unless it goes the other direction. I don't know.
Unless she reaches out and says, I want to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Then fine.
Because
I think it would be an interesting conversation. And while I definitely get that she was young when they started talking, she stayed around for a while. She was an adult, and at some point you've got to start taking, you have to take responsibility for the choices that you make.
Mm-hmm.
And she did eventually. But I think I'm sure she also now has to look back and say, yeah, this is something I chose to do with my life for a period of my life.
Yeah, I guess the further she gets removed from it, maybe the less traumatic it is, because there had to be a lot of trauma associated with living with Phil. I mean, think about it.
I just think at the same time, there's no such thing as a completely innocent party, especially when everyone is an adult. It's not. She was very clearly willingly there, I guess is what
they were
a lot of people like to talk about her like she was purely a victim, but she was very clearly
she was never that.
No, they were clearly using one another. They were using one another just like Kat is using Phil and Phil is using Kat. Like,
I don't think it was a coincidence she left when the money started drying up.
No, it wasn't. The money started drying up. He continued to ignore her advances. I think it just a lot of factors added up, and the hospital story was probably the last nail in the coffin, and it was just time for her to go. So
I'm not going to say I don't think the money drying up wasn't a part of it, but I think if you go back and look at how his mindset kind of devolved as the money started drying up, that probably contributed a lot of toxicity. And I'm thinking, they probably already were on shit. So you couple it with the money drying up, him being more unchained than usual. I'm saying it's a culmination of several things.
It is, but I think the big thing is he had to work harder for a smaller amount of money.
Sure.
Yes. As time went on. And he being the type of person he is, he doesn't have an outlet for that other than to take it out on someone. So they were fighting and bickering about money. You know that.
Oh yeah.
So I think it's a combination of that. It was a combination of her, quote unquote, making her own friends and having her own life. Let's face it.
Now
there's evidence to suggest that she was hanging out with men that were interested in her physically. Phil was not interested in her physically. So she was getting something somewhere. There's a couple streams where she's telling Phil, I'm going to go hang out with this guy. And he's like really weird about it.
Oh, you're going to be home for dinner?
Yeah, exactly. Thunder knows the exact one. There's a stream where she's like, yeah, I'm going to go hang out with this guy from work, Phil. It's like, when are you going to be home? And then later that night, he's going, she's usually home by now.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying she did anything, but allegedly she probably did. She was probably doing something with people which
let us not forget the other side. On side scrollers, Phil referred to her having her own life and her own thing as toxic to their relationship.
She was going off and seeing friends and having her own life, and it just became a very toxic part of their relationship. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, they were both kind of checking out slowly, I think, but the hospital story was the final straw.
Yeah. So so not picking the usual suspects of who people have speculated for these interviews, who are some other people y'all think would be interesting interview candidates with
Viscount would be a good one, because Viscount has Phil couch stories, and I want to hear those stories. Like, what's it like to have Phil sleep on your couch? I'd want to know.
I've asked him if he burned that
very
couch.
obnoxious. Very loud and very gross.
Snores, probably.
That'd be my guess.
Yeah,
dude, his snores have got to be like wall shaking. You know what I'm saying?
If he snorts like that while he's awake, I can only imagine he's got to have a CPAP
like, Jesus
or something.
Christ.
Yeah.
Like when I heard like his early snorts, his real like enthusiastic ones, I'm like, dude, that's what he sounds like when he doesn't give a fuck, when he's not even trying.
Dude,
you know, that's what he sounds like when he fucking snores at night. I guarantee it.
The best snorts were captured on his 4x3 non-HD original camera with the shitty mic. Those were the best snorts, I swear to God, because he didn't give a fuck back then at all.
Not at all.
He would just let it rip. He wouldn't even stop to snort. He would like snort mid-sentence, mid-word, and just keep going. It was great.
Yeah, it's true, man. Old Phil was at least he was gross and disgusting, but he also was kind of entertaining sometimes.
He kept going, yeah. I watched him back then. I watched him back then unironically. So
I like this answer in chat to the question. CTU agent 24/7. Derek's parents.
Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Zip. Let's go.
I think the mom is she's an attorney or something, right?
She's a lawyer, so I think she would. Well, I think she would shut that shit down right away.
Oh, she would. You're right.
You can't not know the shit your son is up to behind closed doors.
Well, yeah, especially not after he used their credit cards, right? You know, there's no way she doesn't know.
I'm talking the more delinquent shit as he's gotten older.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, duh. You're right. There's absolutely zero chance she doesn't know, man. How could you not? I mean, he's not.
He puts it out on Twitter.
It's public. Yeah.
He flaunts it like it's something to be proud of, or at least he did.
Although, like, granted, I'm in my 30s, but like, I went to a family thing this weekend in Connecticut, and I was telling members of my family, like, oh, what are you doing in your off time? So I was like telling them, yeah, I'm doing lots of streaming and whatever, and they're like, what do you stream about? And I always say, it's here's the link, watch if you want to watch, but it's too much to explain. So. I don't think my mother is watching this stream, but if you are, hi mom. Hi. I'm sorry, mom.
I'm trying to think of like some off the wall.
That's the problem, right? That's an answer unto itself. We don't know of enough people he's talked to. He has not talked to enough people.
I'm just thinking, knowing Keem, he's probably going to try and get someone that people aren't guessing.
Yeah, he's going to try and pull.
He's going to try the normal candidates, the expected guests, if you will.
Well, again, I'm thinking Phil's high school mentor, whatever teacher that was. I think he's going to try and find that fucking guy.
Oh, God, that would be priceless.
If he's not dead. The guy who told Phil about the minority sports players. That would be the good get. Could you imagine high school Phil?
Made that up.
High school Phil. Big guy, you think Phil made that up? You think?
No, I made a video about it, but Phil was the one who said the stuff about the minority sponsorship or minority scholarships.
Okay.
The teacher just told Phil that you would never get anywhere in life putting in any effort. Which isn't a whole lot better.
And Phil, okay. So Phil extrapolated. Phil extrapolated. Okay.
Yeah. Oh God.
Ooh, silent weapons. Phil's tax guy.
Oh, you fuck. Phil's tax guy. If he can, he legally. There's some things they legally might not be able to say, but Phil's tax guy, especially the one that he badmouthed, that fucking guy would probably be like, yeah, he's been throwing me under the bus for years. Fuck it, I'll do it for money.
Curls and twirls
But
hairstylist.
he also said friends and family, and who considers that a friend? Why his tax guy probably fucking hates it.
Yeah, probably.
The bankruptcy lawyer.
Again, I don't know if a bankruptcy advocate could talk in that way. I don't know.
You talk about him theoretically. I'd want
someone who worked with him at Sikorsky to talk to Keem. Like, what's he like at an office job? Like, holy shit.
Can I be honest?
How much of his stories do you think are bullshit about that? I think all of them.
So Hate Army coming out with the take. You don't think this is happening?
Yeah, I think it was just a tweet to like get under his skin.
Bait. Okay.
To be honest. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
you're probably right. You're probably right.
Yeah, because we're even having trouble figuring out who it would be. So if we're having trouble and we're in this,
well, I know multiple detractors have said, like, look, you want to talk to John and Howard, we can help you get in contact with that.
Jaha.
Oh, Jaha is like one of the most reachable people in this equation.
Yeah, he's easy to get a hold
He talks to people all the time.
Meth Bear says, hell no, breach confidentiality means bar complaint.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a no-go. So tax lawyer, no-go.
Any lawyer or tax rep or legal advocate, you can take off the table. That was kind of my layman's theory anyway.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, but yeah, that just seemed murky.
I don't know. I don't know how much more we can really get out of the guesses of who they're going to interview. I think Hate Army is probably the smartest one in the room, that this is probably just all bait. And this is exactly what Keem wants. Keem wants the detractors to talk about all this shit so that they watch more Happy Punch shit.
Well, now I'm curious, Hate Army, do you think it's Keem wants us to talk about it and get the clicks and the revenue from the clicks? Or is it you just think Keem's going to realize this is too much of a vortex of dead ends and stop?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know if he even tried. Like, tracking anyone down. I think he just sees it as a fun way to, like, I don't know.
Fuck with Phil.
Get some views, fuck with Phil.
I mean, I think, to be fair, we'll know pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
since Craig is it's straight up said he's going to dig in on that.
Yeah, I'd love for it to be otherwise.
You know?
Bill Brasky is saying Phil's cousin, meaning Melissa. If she's even reachable at this point.
I don't know. Yeah, DSP has said that they lost touch.
It never really seemed like they talked. How much
unreliable narrators.
Yeah, again, like Lefty says all the time, Melissa is unreliable. Melissa unreliable, Jenna unreliable. We've already established that earlier tonight even. So I really think Keem is taking us all around for a ride, honestly. Hate Army. That what you just said hit for me real hard. I think we're all idiots. We're all fucking idiots. But it's fun to.
I don't think he's doing it as a way to like play with people or like fool the detractors or anything. But I just think he sees it as an opportunity to spin some shit.
Yeah, he's nothing if not an opportunist, right? Like he's the ultimate opportunist.
Phil pissed off somebody who's going to be petty enough and has the resources to be petty enough to continue to fuck with Phil.
Well, that's the thing. Like Phil threatens legal action all the time, and Keemstar is the one person that could really touch him legally if he wanted to. So I'm curious to how all this stuff shakes out. If nothing else, just to see like what Keem does, because I envision Phil going just a little too far with Keem sometime, and Keem just going, you know what, fuck that guy, I'm gonna throw the book at him, and he does. So I mean,
well, the other thing is it costs nothing to just put out a tweet saying like, I'm gonna get your family and friends to talk about you.
That's free.
And just like the fact that he has the weight behind, like the clout.
That's
true.
I mean, like, Keem, the name to make that almost be like a credible thing.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it so much, like, I don't know, more insane, you know.
And the thing we got to consider is, I think I saw something to the effect of Keem put out a tweet saying he was trying to get Low Tier God back on YouTube. So the man has some connections to go out and do things if he wants to.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. I agree, but
how long is he going to stay back on YouTube? Would be my question.
I mean, what, 20 seconds?
5 minutes into a stream.
Yeah, he'll get because Low Tier God has only gotten more toxic as the years have gone on, so he's just going to get yeeted.
Probably like as long as it takes for someone to click the button on report. You know, it's probably how long he'd be on. You know, with Team though, like I think people are a little bit twisted on him, like to some degree in the community, just in that like they think he's on our side or that he's one of us.
No, he's not.
No.
He's not.
You know, Keem is not.
He's not one of us.
Also,
a point that I want to bring up about Stuttering Craig and Adam and all the side scrollers. They are not among us either. They are. Stuttering Craig is in this for publicity. That is at this point. That is his goal.
Yeah.
And money. Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
that's why I think what do you guys think of this Detractor Con idea? I think it's really fucking stupid.
I'm gonna be nice about it and just say I don't like it. I think it's a bad idea to get us all physically in one place. Part of the fun of this community, if I'm being honest, is that we don't quite know
the anonymity of it. The
anonymity is fun. I only know Hate Army as Hate Army. I only know Lefty as Lefty. You know, I don't know anybody's real name in here, and that's kind of fun. I don't. No
and
offense to you guys, but like, I kind of don't
want to. Putting a face to it kind of ruins it a little bit almost.
As I'm sitting here on Facecam, right?
Well, I mean,
yeah.
There are some people who don't.
Of course you know me. Dwight Race.
You're Dwight Race, yes. Or
or
Mr. Smith, as some people call you. So
sometimes.
See, and go back to your point about Craig not being a detractor. Like, I think he had a bit of an awakening to a degree, but at the same time, his whole Detractor Con idea shows that he's not. Because what he did is he violated the one rule that we follow, you know, that like pisses me off. So when he said, "Oh, I'd be fine we're gonna invite Phil every year, I'll even give him a cut."
Yeah.
Like, no, you do not give him fucking big money.
Don't give him a cut.
Don't give him a fucking dime. Yeah.
Oh, he said
when he was laying out the idea, he said, "I'm going to invite him every year. I'd even give him a cut of the merch and other stuff that he deserves to be part to." I was like,
no, he does not. No, he does not deserve. He does not to be. He does not deserve to be part of to be part of our thing. You know why? Because we're not invited to him. We are not invited to Phil's shit.
And it's
sure.
Go ahead.
Sorry, it's like with Pride. It's like no cops or Pride kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I know that's kind of divisive a bit because some people think there should be cops and like, but it's kind of the similar thing where it's like, no, like he's like our enemy, not enemy, but you know what I mean? Is like we're adversaries. We don't really get along.
He's my fucking enemy.
Well, and the thing is like I'm stealing this from Raven's Dolphin, but Raven says it all the time. We're not invited. That's the reason. We're not invited. That's why he has 24-hour sub-only mode. That's why he does everything he can to have us not engage in his streams, to the point where we have to have our own restreams. We have to have we have to have DDM. Big ups DDM for being back, by the way. I'm really excited.
Oh, nice. Is he? I didn't know.
Yeah, I was surprised.
DDM is back.
Oh, nice.
Still no YouTube Raw, but DDM is back. So
that's good.
Yeah,
can I also mention the other L take that Craig gave?
Go for it, Hate Army.
When he said that he thinks deep down most of the detractors want what's best for Phil.
The majority of detractors do not want what's best for Phil.
Exactly.
Well, then he did a poll. He did a poll, and actually, the people in the poll said, like, actually, no, they want the worst for him.
I mean, he
was proven wrong. Like a couple minutes later, he was proven wrong.
Phil kind of is already living his best life right now, isn't he? Though he's right where he wants to be.
Here's why I kind of hold that against him. Phil is newer to the vortex, or I'm sorry, Craig is newer to the vortex that is surrounding Phil.
Yeah,
okay,
I kind of don't hold that against him because limited exposure.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
sure. If Craig sat
fully
and watched all the stuff and saw all the stuff, because you got to remember, he's watching clips of events. Now, sure, those clips are highlighting the worst of the worst, but he ain't seeing all the arcs, Yep. So I don't know. That's why I don't hold that against him as much as some other people do.
Okay.
I think it is an incorrect thesis or incorrect theory? Yes. Do I think it's like something he should be tarred and feathered for? No. But
that's true. We need to give him some room to say things like that, because he's only been in this. He's only been in this for 2 months, guys. It's only been 2 months. That's
he's
not
in
a long time.
still in the I can fix him phase. You know,
Yes,
he's kind of similar to Snow Carl, except more on our side.
Well, Snow Carl has a
He's-
humiliation fetish, which is a different thing.
I equate Craig right now to that friend that's, falling for this guy that's clearly a piece of shit, but they're falling for the potential of the idea of something.
Craig thinks Phil can change. That's the problem. Craig thinks Phil can
He's
change.
falling for the potential of a redemption arc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he doesn't know Phil. When he's watched this fucker for years, he'll feel just like we do. I think that's just a guarantee.
Plus, let's be real. Craig sees dollar signs in all this.
He is here.
Oh, for sure.
He is here for the money.
To monetize the haters is what he's on.
And I gotta tell you, before Craig was on TBS today, I was telling Lord Thunder in a private chat, I was getting some serious Pastor Eric vibes from him on some of those streams. But his commentary on TBS today makes me feel a lot better. I don't think he means any malice whatsoever towards the community, but I think he's understandably naive about Phil. So
listen, you want to know how I know the man's seeing dollar signs? Because he sits there, reacts to the man talking shit about him multiple times, and he still says, "No, Phil, the door's always open if you want to come talk to me." Nah, fuck that shit. You say the bitch shit you say, and you're two-faced like that. Fuck that shit. I'm not going to open the door.
But give me money, and I'll turn the other cheek. Yeah.
Like commit to the thing. Either close the door or don't. That's that. Craig is trying to slice it both ways, and it's pretty obvious. But he was he was nice. He was nice on TBS. Honestly, he did better on TBS than I expected him to. So
yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, he was outright about why he brought Phil on in the first place. That he wanted to bring exposure to side scrollers.
Correct. Yeah. No.
Yeah, he was.
That I really appreciate, because he's like, Phil's been around for a while. I thought it'd be exposure for us, but boy, I didn't know what I was getting into, and he didn't.
Dude, yeah.
When I would
He's
argue,
held onto a whole universe that he didn't know about, basically. Redditors know the whole alternate reality to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine for him it's overwhelming, but also, I resent the idea of being monetized. I really do. Even if it's a joke or a bit, like I didn't get mad at him because, like the same thing you said, he knows it's a bit. He made that clear.
Yeah,
that's good of him, and it's good that he's made his intentions clear. I just don't like those intentions.
I was surprised.
That's fair.
I was surprised when ALT and Meerkat straight up asked him, "So this DetractorCon thing, is it a bit or are you serious?" And I was really surprised when he said he was serious. Honestly. Because
I was hoping he'd drop it.
I was hoping he'd be like, "No, it's a bit, you fuckers." But
I think he will though, because I've seen screenshots of conversations between him and detractors. So he wants to do it, but I think he also respects the fact. From what I've seen, like he respects the fact that if we don't want to do it, that it won't happen.
Well, big ups Meerkat for framing it perfectly for him and giving him like a very easy out. Just say, well, I think a lot of people in this community, it being so online, would be more interested in an online thing. And I was just like, oh, thank God. I'm so glad.
It was perfect.
Meerkat, it was the perfect way to handle it. So like, big ups Meerkat.
Yeah, we don't want it to be another Tumblr con,
No. No,
Fire Festival.
Yeah. Oh my God! Could you imagine if it turned into some like Fire Festival catastrophe?
Gonna get Ja Rule to come to TractorCon, guys.
We'll be eating toast and tents before we know it, guys. Don't worry about it.
You'd be one step away from a BronyCon. That's what you
No!
Oh God.
And BronyCon only goes one way after that, and that's straight furries.
But okay,
that leads you to right back to DSP, so it's full fucking circle.
So
look at that shit.
So let's talk about this then. If there were a DetractorCon IRL, where would it be? I have my one town I think it should be in, but everybody else, go ahead.
Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Yes, Bridgeport. Only place. It's a shithole, but it's the only place. Vinny's Pizza, baby.
Yeah.
We'd have it at Vinny's Pizza.
Vinny's
fucking pizza. Yeah.
The most customers they had in a long time, probably.
That place is small though. On one of our other streams, we were kind of like showing everybody like what it really is, just a tiny little pizza restaurant. It couldn't fit 10 of us in there, so that would be very interesting. But I'm thinking Bridgeport. Some people have been saying Renton. I don't think that's a good idea. But
Renton's too big. Like in Bridgeport,
you gotta do it at the spot where the first ever Subway sandwiches was.
Patient Zero.
Hey, yeah, the first ever Subway sandwich. Yeah.
When you hold the convention, there you have it right there. Whatever in that spot, even if it's a parking lot, just do it right there.
Jesus Dagler, Vinny's Pizza caters, but it's Pizza Hut.
that Pizza Hut legitimately would be an upgrade from Vinny's Pizza. I'm not even kidding.
Probably.
Tryon 007 has also been there, apparently. If you're out there, you know what I'm talking about.
Listen, I'm just saying, I got time. I'd be willing to drive out there to see it slop, just so I can be like, yeah, this pizza's trash.
Yeah, no, Lord Thunder, I'd take you to Vinny's Pizza. I'd go back to Connecticut. We go to Vinny's Pizza together. I'll show you. But it's rough.
Vinny's Pizza would just call the police if y'all pull up.
It's rough.
Logan, read the answers for the question you asked earlier.
Oh, shit! Did I delete the question? I deleted the question.
Oh,
I don't see it anymore.
I did the thing where I was like, I'm gonna close the question, so I closed it a few minutes ago, and now they're gone. I really wish this chat was IRC so that it could retain our information. It'd be really nice.
Put up Tent City outside the gated community. God damn it, Lefty.
Well, the
question was, what would you do if you were at Phil's
You just gotta go to Seattle for that.
Well, so I saw a couple answers, and a lot of people just said coom. A lot of people just said they would coom. So
I would put a bottle of Claritin in his hole.
Hey,
my answer was a Molotov cocktail.
Oh, guys, I got recommended in the YouTube algorithm like a back cracking video. So it's working. It's totally working.
I just gotta go to get the Seattle area to hear game.
I remember when I first started watching, I started getting Total Wine.
Yeah,
and tax attorneys.
No, I have the Total Wine stuff in my recommendations, but I switched to YouTube Premium, so like I don't get those ads, because I had YouTube Premium because I have Google's phone service, and there's a way to just get premium through that, so I don't get video ads anymore, and it's nice, but the way Phil shills for premium is like really weird. Like, oh, you guys should buy premium so I could get the maximum ad return. Okay.
Is that a thing?
Yes, apparently.
Yeah, I think so.
You do. They do technically get the maximum ad return if someone with premium watches their video. That is true. But that's still scummy, and I don't think he's supposed to tell them that. I think that is considered manipulation, but it's probably
because I never heard of that before. So
no, it's a thing. Your YouTube Premium clicks count for the maximum amount of ad revenue possible. So when I see a Hate Army video, in other words, I just refresh constantly. So Hate Army can get my clicks.
Oh, you don't just skip immediately?
No, I just. Well, the beauty of it is there are no ads.
That's true.
Yeah. No, honestly, Hate Army and like Memology have like single-handedly kept me going.
That's a guy I want to see on TBS. Is Memology.
That would be.
Yeah, because I've seen him in interviews at other places, and that dude's cool as shit.
Yeah,
he's from Honduras.
Yeah, he actually helps out his like local community.
Oh, that's what really got liking Memology when he would do that for the earthquakes down in Mexico.
Excuse me, I just burped. That was disgusting. That was disgusting. I don't even know if
Mute
it.
button,
I don't
bro,
even know
mute
if it
I didn't
got
hear it.
picked up. But oh yeah, fucking noise gates. Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes you can't feel the burp coming until it's too late, and then like you don't have time to push the button. Even if you had a foot pedal like Phil should have.
Well, yeah. So I actually got that foot pedal recommended to me in my Amazon recommendations. I was like, you motherfuckers, you're recommending the Elgato foot pedal, and it does seem cool. I don't know what I'd use it for. I have a Stream Deck, and that's enough. So.
So does Phil, but
welcome.
we know how that goes.
Well, yeah. Well, he's not using
You
it.
don't even need a Stream Deck. You could get a cheap keyboard that like you're not afraid to thrash on, and you could program hotkeys on that. Like it's not hard. Or well, I know a couple people that get like the one-handed like gaming keyboards where it's just like a number pad basically. And they use that.
Yeah.
They use that as a Stream Deck.
Mhm.
You can get one for like under $10, and it's very easy. See, all this shit we think of instantly, and Phil's been doing this for 15 years, and he doesn't know.
Still using Windows 8.
Because he doesn't try
Windows
to
8
get
1.1.
better.
I'm gonna come
surprised
in.
it wasn't XP.
I'm gonna come in with probably an unpopular opinion, but Windows 11 is good.
Or Vista, maybe.
I had to put Windows 11 on the new machine that was just built, and it's good. It's fine.
I haven't tried it yet.
It's built for mobile because they're gonna it's very
well.
mobile.
See, I actually like Windows 11 because I have a tablet screen that I actually like manipulate my OBS. It's
because you have a gotcha habit. I know. It's fine.
So I can actually
he likes the sweaty man JPEG.
I can actually manipulate stuff in OBS with my touchscreen, and it works really well because it's Windows 11.
Okay.
So it's cool. Yeah, I bought like a cheap touchscreen that was supposed to be for like a restaurant point of sale system, and I just made it into a third monitor. So it's if you're thrifty and you know what to look for, you can make cool shit. If only Phil would do that. Go ahead, Thunder.
I think Phil sees taking thrifty options as beneath him because again, the man is obsessed with status.
Well, apparently Walmart is beneath him, so like
the dregs of society. The dregs of society shop at Walmart.
He doesn't want to get put on Walmart. People of Walmart.
Listen,
he would get put on people of Walmart though. He would.
Yeah, he would. Especially if he brought his whale with him.
You see that guy? You see that guy with that hairline walking into Walmart? He'd be.
Cat wearing like yoga pants that are like oversized, too small.
Dude, imagine him walking into Walmart with the Pikachu hat and platinum vest. That would get him.
My gosh! Dude, he would be wearing one of those shirts that says "fart loading" on it. Like that's Cat right there.
Cat would
fart
be,
loading shirt.
Using the scooter to drive it right around.
No, he would.
No,
I think
Phil,
he would.
No, I agree. Phil would totally use the mobility scooter and be like, my back. And
my gal, I feed her my gal.
There was a King of the Hill episode literally about that, about Bobby having to use a mobility scooter because of gout.
Bobby discovers a New York deli and gets gout.
Oh, that is one of the best television episodes ever. It reminds me of DSP every time I see it.
Gout.
Yeah, I got gout, and like he can't go to the dance because of the scooter. Yeah, it's good. King of the Hill is good. There are so many King of the Hill clips that relate so well to DSP. That's why occasionally Detractor Beam just becomes like King of the Hill spam, which I'm
Boomer's best character.
with.
I love Boomer.
Oh, Boomhauer is great. I can kind of understand him now, which is wild.
It's funny. The longer you watch that show, the easier it is to figure out what the fuck he's saying.
Yeah, my girlfriend said the other week, she's like, you know what? We've watched so much King of the Hill over the past few months. I understand Boomhauer. I was like, yeah, I know. It's really, really wild. We're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut it in about 5 or so minutes, but does anybody have any specific roast type stuff they wanna go over before we close here?
I do want to say one thing. I was like,
you have the floor.
It's
Go
not
ahead.
like we. It's not like we. Well, I know a lot of people hate Phil, and like, I just want to see what's coming to him naturally, what he brought upon himself, and he always gets away scot-free. I don't want him to be like super homeless, but I want him to like suffer the consequences of his actions. We all know that's never going to actually happen, but it would be nice to actually see karma finally come around and get him.
That's
because if it was
good,
anyone else,
that's a really good way to frame it, Stray Fox, because I think that's the
like
thing
I don't
want to
see him get mugged and shot or something like that.
Because
But
people,
I mean, I would.
He brings this all on himself, but he always gets away with it, and that's frustrating to people.
People that have done way less on YouTube have gotten yeeted, right?
Yeah,
It's not even just that. I'm thinking like he could probably have been in jail for like all the fucking fraud that he's committed.
Bankruptcy,
like, exactly. And like if it was any of us,
we
we'd
have
probably
proof
be like
that
in
the
jail.
bankruptcy. We have proof that the bankruptcy is fraudulent. We basically have proof.
And he admitted it on Side
Or how
Scroll.
about 10 years of IRS fraud?
Exactly.
Dumbass, man. Such a dumbass.
And if there's any of us, we would have gotten in like huge trouble for it. But no, he gets away with everything.
Think about it on the most base level, right? He got away with not paying taxes properly for a long time out of ignorance. He was able to use the ignorance excuse to get away with.
Well, it's so believable. This dumbass shows up. He's like, I didn't know.
He did it intentionally. He intentionally. My theory has always been, and this is not provable, but my theory is that he was trying to send his tax documentation from Washington to his Connecticut tax guy to try and file there or some shit like that. And he was
because he still had the house. He still had the condo.
Yeah, he was trying to file taxes in Connecticut. Yeah.
But ain't that the whole reason why he moved to Seattle, though? Was like to try to get away with the taxes?
From state taxes, yes.
Yes, from state taxes.
But he never did research because they have business. They have a business
right?
tax.
Because he clearly didn't do enough research.
No, he did research. He clearly did because he's able to name every single business tax in the state except for the one he qualifies.
Yeah, that's true.
Good point. But
he should have just gone to Delaware.
So I think what we're getting at is that Phil just is of he's of low intelligence, but he works very hard at gaming the system.
I don't think he's low intelligence.
You don't think he's low intelligence? Okay.
I think he's lazy as shit, but there's no way he's been scamming people for a decade accidentally.
No, he
I don't know. I have known some scammers. I have known some scammers with a sub 85 IQ.
I don't think you really have to be that smart to be a scammer, though. Really,
you do not.
As long as you're smarter than the people you're scamming, though, and he clearly is smarter than the people he's scamming. But that doesn't mean
that is the point.
There's a reason they call it craftiness and cunning rather than intelligence.
Yes,
because it's not quite the same attribute.
Right.
You can have a certain type of cunning, but not be very intelligent on paper. I believe that Phil has a sub 85 IQ. He has to have a sub 85 IQ.
Yeah, I don't think he's very smart.
He would be a god tier used car salesman, though. My God, dude could sell you a used car.
Like fucking Mel from The Simpsons.
Lazy.
Yeah.
He's too lazy.
I mean,
he's too lazy. But if he applied himself, I mean, he would just talk you in circles and be like,
he could sell a used car to Jade. He could sell a used car.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, so Jade could go walk.
Oh my God.
Who's that other
Jade MVP?
Who's that other dent that was like had bankruptcy like 3 times and was living on his car for a while?
Timbo Slice. Timbo Slice.
Oh yeah, and then he was saying he was gonna buy a car so he couldn't donate for a while for him or something.
Yeah.
Fucking Timbo Slice. That's an old name.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy's been gone. I don't even know if he's still alive.
I've been around for a while. Sorry.
No, so it's just
I didn't. Stray Fox. I didn't know. I didn't know about BSB until I started talking to you. That's how short my detracting has been so far. I didn't know about Brightside Bob. I had no idea they existed. But I came across some really old stuff that was clipped by someone else, and he fucking funny.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Silent Weapons. Phil could sell Jade some running shoes.
He probably would. He like that time he went. Did
Yeah,
you
he
walk,
totally
Jade? Did you walk? I'm like, no.
Did you
no,
go to
he
Disney
didn't.
World to walk around? Probably not. No.
No, he didn't. You fucking
he'd probably
asshole.
tell
But he got to the beginning of that line every time, though. I bet for the rides.
He would probably convince Jade that it's not about whether he needs the shoes or not.
Okay.
It's about supporting DSP.
Dude, so
It's about the looks.
I had a lot of medical stuff growing up, and I was there was a point when I was a little kid and I was in a wheelchair for a while, and we went to Disney World. I gotta tell you, going to Disney World with a fucking wheelchair, that is the best fast pass on the planet.
Hell yeah. Yeah, they just let you right there.
Wheelchair, front of the line. Here you go. So,
yep, there you go. You want to ride again? Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah.
Ride again.
And the thing is, it was best of both worlds because I could stand and walk and everything. I couldn't walk.
And then you-
I couldn't walk long distances, so I could like stand enough to like get on the ride.
And then you
ride
get
the rides.
tired, so you sit down.
Dude. But
Yeah.
because I had a lot of medical stuff. I'm fine now, but like as a little kid, I needed a wheelchair for a while. So yeah, I hope they got their fast pass for that wheelchair. I hope to God they did.
They better have.
But yeah, Phil is just he's an insensitive prick, and telling Jade, "Did you watch?"
I honestly just think he maybe just forgot. They
if he forgot, he's still an insensitive
you think
prick.
he just
That's
forgot?
not.
Well,
Jade,
that's true.
Jade is like his number
He's
3
still an
fan.
asshole.
Jade is like his number 3 fan. I don't know how he can forget the defining
True.
attribute of his number 3 fan. Like, come on. All right. Well, we're gonna cut it here. Anybody have any final words before we cut this?
DSP deserves everything that comes to him.
And more.
That's my final word.
DSP deserves everything that comes to him except the money. That's what I'll say.
Good one, yeah.
Everything
Real
except
quick.
the money.
And
On
don't
profits.
get mad about the whole vest streaks and income because it's going to be spent anyway. He's not going to use it to actually improve his streams or anything like that. It's going to be spent on fucking JPEG.
Yeah,
Which is why I
It's
find
going to
it.
be gone. It's just as soon.
Which is why I find it funny that his when you read his chat, they keep saying like we're mad and we're punching air. It's like, yo, we're not.
That's
we don't
just
give a
watching. We're just watching.
We don't give a shit about that.
None of those guys actually believe
Because the fall will be that much greater.
Yeah, the fall is going to be astronomical.
And
it's going to be slow.
So a reason
it's already happened, arguably.
The reason why
Yeah,
Phil
true.
the reason why Phil did not take the 50K was because he knew that if he took 50K and then a month later he was begging,
he's back to
that
he
would
couldn't
raise
do that.
that would raise too many questions for him to hide. That would be
And he would lose a lot of people right there.
It's like what does Meerkat say? Meerkat said something on one of his streams last week, I think it was. DSP begs for money too often and has too much money to never have money or something.
Correct.
Something like that. He gets too many tips to never have money.
Professional beggar.
Yeah.
I mean, and the idea that he can't live off just the ad revenue is absurd. Absolutely absurd.
Oh, yeah.
You know, any other normal person could easily live off just that alone.
That's the key
Fuck,
word,
I could
normal
retire
person.
on that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
like,
Which is why he's shilling for premium because
Phil-
he's seeing his ad
Phil-
revenue going down. Right
Phil has a warped idea of what like the cost of living should be, right? I think that's where a lot of this comes from.
He's living way beyond his means. That's the problem.
He has never had to truly budget.
No, he's never.
he's never.
He's never had to suffer from being like low income or anything like that. He's never had to like actually deal with.
He's
being
never had
poor or broke.
I mean, I use my own personal example. He's never had $23 in his bank account. I've had times in my life where I've literally had $23 in my bank account.
Yeah, I have like $3 in my bank account
Yeah.
right now.
And you,
he has overdrawn.
You make
overdrafted
things
his bank
work.
account.
Yeah. Well,
make
but
things work.
Well,
Damn
the
it.
thing is, so big guy. Thank you for the correction. But Phil is not overdrafting his bank account as a result of
it's not because he's poor.
Not
It's
having
because
the
he's
money.
really stupid.
Yeah, it's because he's an irresponsible spender who's never had to budget. Like,
or because chargebacks
Still doesn't know what
those
a
with my
budget even
money.
is.
That's the thing. He's never had to budget.
He's never had to live
Right.
within means. Never.
Yeah.
he got all that YouTube money, and that corrupted him because that set a bad baseline for him to act, and he's steadily just trying to reclaim that.
Well,
That's true. That's true.
He's a creature of escalation. Basically, it's like Steve says it almost on a weekly basis now. Whatever he gets is going to be his new baseline, and then the next thing becomes his new baseline.
That's a scary fucking thought.
Yeah.
Oh god.
That's exactly what when
Go ahead,
we were
Joel.
going through this whole week, that's exactly what I was thinking. I said the bar is going to be set again because it was set before.
Yeah.
And then he's going to cry so much because, like,
yes.
Oh yeah,
because he's done tipping. He said it. He said himself in a tip. He's like, okay, I can't do anymore after this for a while.
Well,
This next week's going to be very interesting.
He's going to be begging even twice as much.
He already was guilt tripping people and say, "Now, guys, it can't be just
he was very
Jinx,
fucking-
okay?
Yeah.
guys, yeah,
yeah."
Meanwhile,
you're right.
he also has actively encouraged this behavior over the years. Where he's like, "Everybody, thank Tutankhamun for making this possible."
And he's like making the same mistakes he made with the vest streak too. It's like the exact same fucking mistakes he made with the vest streak.
And
he's like, I don't want to make it all about the vest streak as he proceeds to talk about the vest streak all the time. I'm like, just accept the money, be grateful, and move on. But you can't even do that.
I mean,
Honestly,
and there's visible proof of what you're talking about, right there with the fact that the vest streak is now 150 when it used to be 100.
Yeah,
because he realized he could get that much
I didn't
money
know.
for it.
I didn't know that piece of lore until somebody brought it up on TBS today. I was
I forgot.
blown away.
It totally validates what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
100%.
he uses him getting off of Twitch as an excuse of why he had to raise it.
Guys,
which is
I need
because he's making about the same
I
as
need
he
to
was
adjust,
before.
guys. Yeah. Where he
Yeah, 'cause
never
he got-
You need to be compensated.
I mean, I'd say all of us are adults, right? We've probably all gotten to the point in our lives where we've had to downsize a bit every once in a while.
Right.
Phil is incapable of downsizing his lifestyle. He cannot. That idea is foreign
No,
to him.
he got rid of Hulu.
$10. Yeah.
Yeah, then he said I have to replace it with something else.
I had to replace it with HBO Max, guys. Yeah.
No, he got rid of PSN Plus.
Oh yeah, he did. He did. Well, to be fair, Game Pass is a better service, but
for some reason. I don't know why he has two of them. He's got two.
But
open.
it's like PSN Plus is like one of the things where like you can excuse a bit. You're like, okay, that makes sense.
Pitlord, he has 2 Game Pass Ultimate subscriptions.
Yeah.
Explain.
Yeah, I mean,
his wife.
He just said it. He has one for him, one for Kat. That's what
He doesn't.
we presume.
Serious?
Wait.
Yeah,
but,
you don't
but,
share.
but hold on. Microsoft.
share that.
Microsoft has family sharing. What the fuck?
Well, yeah. Exactly.
What?
Well, doesn't he have two internet lines
I did
too?
not.
But he has to, that too.
I did
Yes.
not know they actually had 2 subs.
Yeah, he brought it up in like a answer to a question of some
And
kind.
that's
I can't
not
remember.
cheap.
But yeah,
That's
he has two
expensive.
Game Pass Ultimate. Also,
Game
they
Pass
don't
A
Ultimate.
yearly
Also-
subscription to Game Pass Ultimate's expensive.
Also, don't they not need Game Pass Ultimate technically? Don't they only need base Game Pass?
The gold, yeah.
Because
or
Game Pass
whatever.
Ultimate is PC. So
Listen, Kat can get a copy of Skyrim for like $10. She'll be all right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
confusing.
How many
Anniversary
copies
edition.
does she
the
have?
way-
Or yeah,
It's like in the in-between phase right now because it used to be that it was Xbox Live Gold and Game Pass were separate,
Okay.
and then Ultimate combined the two,
Oh,
and they're going to
okay.
phase out so that it's just now going to be Game Pass Ultimate.
Well, why
You
does
know,
he?
but what you
well,
can still do.
yeah.
Word to the wise. Here's a tip for you, for anybody who doesn't know this. If you wait until your shit expires, your Game Pass Ultimate, right, and then you can use it to. It has this conversion
Yeah,
thing where you enter in like Xbox Live, but the thing is, it doesn't convert correctly. So you buy 12 months of Xbox, Gold, which will cost you like half of what Ultimate will. You enter that in, and then it will convert them into Game Pass Ultimate months 1-to-1, and you'll save yourself a lot of money. I've done that like repeatedly. It's just a glitch in the system or something.
I knew someone when Game Pass Ultimate was announced, and they were doing like, you get X months of Game Pass Ultimate for $1. He just kept doing that, and he has Game Pass Ultimate until like 2030 something, and he like never.
Holy shit!
Because you in the very
I
beginning
wish I'd been able to do that.
used to be able to stack it. You used to be able to just keep
Yeah.
stacking, but eventually
I think it's 36 months now.
they changed the rules to where like you just can't stack it forever. But like the initial months of Game Pass Ultimate, one of my buddies was just like, "Fuck it, I'm getting, because he would find gift codes and he would find shit all kinds of places for like $1, and now he has Game Pass Ultimate until like 2035. It's wild,
dude. That's wild.
Yeah.
I wish I had been able to do that. But yeah, it's still a glitch that works. Just because be careful, because if you try and do that while you still have an active subscription, it'll convert it like at 60% rate.
But
so you gotta wait till it expires.
But here's the thing about Phil. You'd expect a guy like him to be thrifty because of how he deals with a lot of things in his life. You'd expect him to be, a cheapskate. But he's not, because it requires a lot of effort. To be thrifty requires a lot of effort, and he's the most low effort motherfucker on the internet. It is staggering how low effort
it takes self-control, Logan. It takes self-contrul.
True.
It's something that
he
Phil
claims to be
have.
poor. He's not actually poor, though.
No,
he just pretends to be. He's LARPing as a poor person.
He doesn't. Listen. He doesn't know poverty. He has no idea. He has no idea what it is.
Of course not. Of course
he hasn't. He has his family. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. It's just he doesn't know what like meal prepping is, or stretching like meals out, or
he
maybe
hasn't,
not.
He hasn't
meal prepping. What's that?
No.
He hasn't had to choose. Go ahead, Joel.
Not door dashing every day.
When I can't remember. I just watched it today. But it was the end of the vest streak where he was complaining. I got a meal play, or I have to prep meal.
ALT played it on, or Rambo played it on PIG earlier today.
Yes, okay,
I
you're
saw
right.
that.
So he didn't even work out. Why would you need to do that? Come on.
Yeah.
Bro.
Well, and the thing is, like he's never had to choose between paying a bill and eating. You know what I mean?
No.
Like that's how you know. Like some of us have had to literally choose between am I going to eat dinner or am I going to pay? Am I going to pay my fucking internet bill? That is that is poverty. He's been nowhere close to that.
Nope.
So that's why it makes me so upset whenever he's like, I'm penny pinching, motherfucker.
I'm like, bullshit.
You don't know what penny pinching is. You thought a rainy day fund was just money you could blow, my guy.
When it's raining out, yeah.
It's I'm just like you guys thing. I hate that shit. Where he's like, I'm a normal guy with normal problems.
You make $100,000 a year for contributing nothing. You are not like one of us.
Dude, you know what's horrifying? The guy is so well documented, not quite as much as Chris Chan or whatever. But let's say there's like a cataclysm and tens of thousands of years later, they're digging shit up, find our society. They're gonna find some fucking dark side Phil, and that's gonna think what we were
they're
like.
Alien
internet archaeologists are gonna be like digging through files, be like, "Who's this dark side Phil guy?"
Dude,
like,
everybody,
why are people giving him money?
Everybody in
what's
the
a vest streak?
So we're gonna have a Horizon Zero Dawn style like apocalypse, and people 3,000 years in the future that rebuild humanity are gonna all be watching Tevin, and it's gonna be the wildest thing ever. They're all gonna be saying, "Yeah, you better take a sip, you sleazy asshole." That's how they're gonna greet each other, and it's gonna be so good.
Maybe they throw in a get that ass band every once in a while.
Grey goo. They're gonna be talking about Plum Girl. They're gonna be talking about
Ray Goo. That's funny.
Or they're gonna what's the seasoning Tevin is always talking about? Oh yeah, Raising Cane's. He's like, yeah, you better put some Raising Cane's on that or whatever. Yeah, they're all gonna be watching Tevin. They're gonna be listening to Lefty songs. They're gonna be it's gonna be good.
I got laid off in 2010.
Oh my dude! What if the future? What if the future is just Meerkat songs? It's just Raccoon Eyes. Raccoon Eyes is like a religious tome, a religious hymn.
Devour
is unironically like a cerebral banger. Like it's very cerebral.
Like the equivalent of
now welcome to the house of the pig roach.
Yeah, exactly.
Put your gouty hands together.
I would love
devour.
All right, I think this. I've tried to cut this stream several times. I think I'm gonna cut it here. Thanks for coming out, everybody. I want to say big ups to a few high-profile heavy hitters. Big ups Meerkat. Big ups Darkseid to Phil. Big ups Hate Army, who is still here. Thanks for hanging out, Hate Army. Everyone is welcome every time. Anytime. Thank you, Joel. Thank you, Lord Thunder. Thank you, Big Guy. Thank you, Stray Fox. I have been Logan. And we'll see you next time. We were supposed to watch Project 7, but the tournament didn't happen. But next time, we're going to watch Project 7. So it's...
Phil, I don't think you can make it that jump. You're not going to make it.
He's not going to make
I'm
it.
having a headache because I just ran through this game.
Cut the stream before having an aneurysm.
All right, we're gonna cut the stream. Bye, everybody.